Yeah. What's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. Yo, I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey man, you know what it do, man. It's Jesus Super Chat worth the God. I've been here for ringgameradio.com in the building. Thursday night rants, what it is, man. And we chilling up here, getting a little vibe going. World still a op.
Mm-hmm.
You know how we do. Shout out to the rest of the Ring Gang crew. I mean, new music coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
New shit coming soon. You know what it is. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Ring gang
Get
in the
them
house.
likes up.
Yes, sir. Ring gang in the house forever and always. And as always, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey yo, what's good? It's your boy King People, nigga box in the building. Ring Game Radio all day. Let's go. We ranting tonight.
Hey man,
have a
do
good
we,
time
do we
tonight.
have do we have any bands from the bodega?
Actually, yes, we do.
Yes.
So let me see. Where do I start? Okay. So we banning some of these idiots, some of these fanboys need to get banned for a week because I'm sorry, and I like him as a fighter, but these Tank fans be on some other shit and they just want to act all crazy and like they don't even like I don't care what anybody says. Tank and Canelo, in many ways, they mirror each other, and their fans do too. But yet they don't want they want to act like
But they hate
don't.
each other. But they hate it's
But they hate each other. Oh,
and taking Canelo has given some respect. Hella,
like,
but
we're not like those Canelo fans. Like some of y'all act very similar, and y'all don't even see it. But yeah, y'all act like y'all do. That's why y'all both two sides of the same coin. So y'all need to take a break. Like,
it's
get out of
funny because Canelo and Tank show love to each other. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of funny that they
Also, in my wrestling bag, Miss Tiffany Stratton, you are banned. For anybody that doesn't know, Tiffany Stratton is a female wrestler, a white girl from Minnesota that put something on her Instagram where she was punching Jade Cargill, and it was like, "You black bitch," and it was like, "What? What?
Yeah.
A white woman put that up there?" And then people was putting up, she was MAGA and against like Mexicans and all this other stuff. I'm like, oh, okay. So we don't allow people like you in the bodega. Like, take your ass up to Minnesota. We don't do that over here. So get out of here.
Yeah, no, it's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, like I swear, like wrestling for wrestling for what it is though, it's a carny sport and it attracts a lot of piece of shit people in there. Like it's a lot of degenerate.
like boxing.
Yeah, like this, except it might be even worse. Yeah, except wrestlers might because there's some true degenerate like racist MAGA types in like it's actually disgusting in a way too. It's like sometimes it's hard being a wrestling fan.
It's hard to be a
is.
wrestling fan.
It is.
Yeah. Luckily, my feed is the black.
No, and like it's like I said, nothing is worse than going to an actual event and like some of the people there are those smelly, fat, nerdy, well actually type, like really well actually type guys. Like, no.
You got to say really like
Yeah.
he ain't king well actually.
Yeah, nah, y'all scaring the women away. Like that's what y'all do.
Goofy asses, yeah. The ones that'll follow a wrestler into the bathroom just to take a picture of him while he's washing his hands, type shit. Like fucking weirdos out there. This is legit. I'm not even.
Wrestling and boxing got some of the weirdest fan bases. Like it's crazy. I don't know, but it is.
Yeah. I might round that just a little bit after, but yeah, Pilot, guy, get your introduction in, man. So yeah, I got my other man with me. So let me introduce himself.
Yes, sir. What's fly? It's Conscious Pilot, the West Coast Avenger, preparing for liftoff Thursday edition.
Pilot?
Let's get it. Huh?
I'm saying, did this nigga say pilot?
Pilot with the palette, whatever, man.
I'm like, this nigga, he mispronounced his own fucking name.
We got the pellets, whatever, bro. Let's get it.
Yeah, I mean, bro, like Pilot, he's elevating, bro. He's
No, he elevate. He good. I mean,
a little bit of turbulence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like, are you turbulent to your own name? But I be fucking up so many names. I can't see.
Hey, man, we all screw up our names at some point. Like, I know I have. I know LBU have. And I don't think P has, so you might actually be good on that. So
first time for everything.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like we were talking about with wrestling and box fans, like the fandom and some like wrestling fans, like honestly, it's like you say, like if you're just a cool regular nigga that that can talk to women and have like normal activities, man. Like when you around like wrestling fans, like the ones, I mean, I mean, they're just hardcore. Some of them are just like you can tell that they're incels or they don't. The only female is their mother or their sister.
Neckbeards.
Neckbeards,
They call them.
Yeah, the ones they have the hair all up on their neck because the ones they just like they're just so antisocial, but they're the ones that know where all the wrestlers hang out. They know when their flights come in. Like wrestlers, they get off the planes. They hurting, man. They just want to smoke some weed.
These dudes will wait at the airport for a wrestler to come and then just start shoving pictures in front of them for autographs. And I'm like, bro, like, and it's not even just one poster. It'd be like 50 posters. And I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Like, why are you just shoving these posters in their face? Like, you trying to get some money. We know that's what you were trying to do, but it's like, that shit is weird energy. Like, leave these people alone. Let them go to their day.
Like, at the best, just salute them, and just let them go about their business. Like, it's like, like, they don't want to be tailed. Like, I mean, you see, I know there was one female wrestler that one fan found where they live and was stalking them and shit like that, and was planning on doing something. Like, wrestling fans are just flat out weird. It's just, you almost feel sometimes embarrassing, and that's just the weirdos. And then the racists. I mean, obviously we all know, even go straight up to the top with someone like Hulk Hogan. Motherfucker is like, his daughter. He wants his daughter to be with a $60 million nigger, like with the hard ER at the end of that shit.
Oh, like Drake.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then the motherfucker says, I really am racist, fucking niggers. That was Hulk Hogan saying that.
I saw Ric Flair talking about I think it was Donovan Mitchell from the Cavs who sat out the last 2 games of the series, and he was talking shit. I'm like, Ric Flair is probably the GOAT racist. I'm just saying, I take him racist over Hulk Hogan.
But like, I don't know, it just be weird. And boxing fans be a different type of weird. Like, y'all can, like, motherfuckers want to go to fights and fight. Like, bro, you spending all that money. You spent over $200 just to get tossed out halfway. Like, you probably didn't even get to see your favorite fighter fight. Like, you couldn't have just waited till after. Like, come on, what are we doing? Listen, I'm trying to have a good time. I'm here to see fights. I'm here to see the women. I'm not here to sit there and fight with your dumb ass. Like, you want to do this?
Why do niggas be wanting to fight though? Like, what is that? Like,
because they're idiots. They're either idiots, they drink too much, or I don't know. They just be on some bullshit. And I'm like, listen, we're here to have a good time. We're here to watch the fights. We're here to talk to the women. Like, bruh, like, you doing too much. Like, come on, man.
Oh, hold on. This be coming from the little Twitter arguments and shit. And niggas be like, come to this fight. I'll be here.
I mean, that's not no. Honestly, that's not even just Twitter. That's in real life. Like, listen, like when I went to Wilder versus Hellenius, I kid you not, there was like I was in the lobby just talking to some of the people from boxing Twitter that I met, and we turned to the right and we see, no lie, like a 20-man brawl. Like, niggas was scrapping. Like, there was literally 20 niggas brawling, and I'm like, we're just like, what is this bullshit? Like, we came here to have a good time, and y'all motherfuckers is just throwing chairs. Like, chairs were literally being thrown. I was like, what is going on here? Like, bro.
Damn, is that serious?
Yes, we having a Royal Rumble here. Like, somebody threw a shoe. Like, you threw a Timberland boot. Like, what is wrong with you?
It's too cold up there to be fighting. What the fuck wrong with y'all niggas?
What are y'all doing? It's like that's that weird stuff. Like, we didn't come here for that. Like, come here, have a good time, watch the fights, be social. Stop. Like, come on, bro.
I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to lie, because there have been times, where someone is, where I've told somebody like, yo, like, what I am, in person is far different than what you think. Like, like if you come up with me in my face and you're not, you're not respectful, something bad might happen.
You better act like school and fall back. That's all.
Yeah. Because I know there was one cat that I know, this is a college story. That was like, well, maybe I might make my way up into Boston and everything like that. I was like, yeah, come up to Boston. I got my camera on me. Like, since you don't like posting,
we're just gonna get some Benzino action.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you don't like to post pictures, so yeah, we'll take a picture of you. So whatever you say is, we make sure that it's accurate, because whatever I say and whatever my action is, I want to make sure that it's recorded. Like, we'll take a picture and I'll post it all over the forums and social media. Didn't hear a peep after that, because I was like, That's the type of energy, man. Like, you know, because there's some people that they're incorrigible. So it's like you gotta let them know what time truly is. Like, if you're gonna start, if you think you're gonna come up, you know, if you see me out,
20-man brawl.
Yeah,
I mean, they must have been that might have been like alcohol or some other bullshit. That 20-man brawl.
I mean, because don't get me wrong. Like, if you know, you be out of these events, niggas be running their mouth, or niggas be having it having it in for you and shit, and you got to do what you got to do. But
yeah, I mean,
niggas ain't looking for that.
I mean, that's a lot of boxing tracks. I mean, obviously, I see a boxing track that's like, yo, why you show like? I know that you know that nerd art man is out there. I know when I think niggas came to talk to him at one of the Minneapolis PPC events. That motherfucker was ghost. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was.
And then there was like, there's just so many goofy. There's another goofy on Twitter. Forgot Father of the Year. He had an issue with somebody on Twitter, and they happened to be at the same fight. It was Estrada versus Chocolatito, the third fight. Word. And like he walks up and he has his phone recording, and he like walks up to him and just shouts his name, and like he puts a camera in his face, like, "You want smoke? You want smoke?" And I'm just like, bruh, like you
what?
What
kind of fucking YouTube streamer content shit this nigga trying to do?
And then tried to put it out there like he's trying to expose the dude for a punk. And dude's like, sure. But dude was like, you want smoke? You want smoke? Let's bring the smoke. And I'm just like, first of all, if you really wanted smoke, you wouldn't have been recording it. Like, bro, what are we doing?
Yeah, you would have attacked him right there and then if you wanted that.
Yeah, you're gonna cut a wrestling promo. This nigga Macho Man Randy Savage that shit.
Ooh, like, yeah, brother. You know,
brother, you want smoke right now? I said, yes, I want smoked turkey, some candy yams, some mac and cheese. Yes, nigga, I want all the smoke. Like, get the fuck out of here, like, nigga.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, it just goes. You know, some people like. I mean, obviously, we all see it on online social media. People like to talk a lot of shit or whatever, and then sometimes it spills over. Like it happens to. I mean, like all it takes is just probably just one notable figure to get his ass whooped on camera, which surprisingly has not happened yet. But it's going to happen one day.
Because I mean, it just like you'll see what's that one nigga that got smacked by Kenny Porter's dad, by Sean Porter's dad.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I forgot his name.
But yeah, you always see little random shit, but no full
Fred.
out.
Yeah.
Oh
Fred.
yeah.
Barbershop
yeah.
Fred. Yeah, Barbershop Fred. Yeah.
Yeah. The funny thing too is like, yeah, Fred. Ever since he lost his PBC credentials, that motherfucker turned to what he was always speaking.
I saw a little clip of him the other day, and I was like, he's making good sense at first. But I was like, it's too much coonery after the first couple minutes. I'm like, this turn, it's about Tank and being in the hood and all this shit. It's like, okay, you're making good points at first, but goddamn, nigga.
Yeah, I think Fred's done a whole 180, and I honestly, I don't even hear, and I don't even see any of his videos or anything like that.
He kind of fell off. I mean, he's still out there.
But they be trying to ride a niche within a niche. Like boxing's a niche. It's one of those niches that you could have different lanes within it, and then the sport itself excels.
How you have a niche within a niche, like a super niche? Like, come on, man, what are we doing?
But niggas, you see niggas do it all the time. They can't really talk about boxing.
They work
it's weird. It's just weird to me. Like, you can't have a niche within a niche. Like, I mean, you can, but
it's weird. Yeah, you're right.
It's not sustainable. It ain't sustainable, but you might get hot for a set, but
Yeah, because it's low key parenting. It's not sustainable. Like you'll cook for a little bit, but then it has a ceiling. Like only a certain people gonna show up to your restaurant. Only niggas is like you only cook it this way, and that's what niggas is gonna be like. Here, you come here, and that's what they get. But yeah, no one else is gonna rock with that shit. So you can't. I mean, ring gang ain't like that,
Right? Yeah, no, absolutely not.
And these niggas ain't authentic. Like motherfuckers ain't like talking about boxing like that. They talking about little shit like, damn man, you see what Gervonta Davis wore to the press conference?
Right.
Or you see him doing all these little dances, it is
what's with these dances?
In wrestling and boxing dynamic, it's like, in a sense, it's, I don't say the word soap opera, but the main fights are on Saturdays, right? So Monday through Friday, it's all the rumors and bullshit, all the Twitter comments, all the news that's dropping. That's what keeps, the engagement of boxing for a lot of people. I mean, we fall into it ourselves, of course, but I'm saying like
Yeah, we follow it, but we're not the ones like putting that bullshit out there.
But we don't cling on to it. I mean, we don't cling on to it. But a lot of times, unfortunately, that's how the units get pushing.
Right, no, absolutely.
The whole drama, the whole soap opera bullshit.
Yeah, but at least boxing fans, at least some of them actually do wash their asses, though. Not like wrestling fans. Some wrestling fans, so it's like, what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
Too many fine ladies at the boxing matches to be on.
There's some wrestling fans
bullshit.
that I don't even know if they know what soap is. Like,
exactly.
Damn.
Yeah.
What's that movie where the nigga was like, "You smell like a damn bag of unwashed assholes"? Like, is that Tremors or something? I can't. It was one of them old movies. I'm like, God damn. Maybe Free Jack or some shit.
Yeah, but the fandoms, I mean, like I said, like they differ in ways, but and it's all the same. Like motherfuckers is just like they too much into the fandom and not into what they're actually like, what they're watching or knowing like that. But like Pilot said though, it keeps the engagement up in both things. So it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't though. But it's
just you can't like all the content creators who lean on it. Like it's noticeable because usually they have the worst pure boxing takes.
Oh yeah.
So
I've always said
you on that shit.
Go ahead.
Now they'll be on that shit. Like they'll have the worst boxing takes. Like, but the whole niche bullshit they on is like super hardcore.
Like my thing is, and I've always said I'm okay with like certain if you have like a niche within boxing, like okay, like. When we talk about certain topics, whether it be race in boxing or whatever in boxing, I'm okay with having the conversation. That's fine. As long as it's done with the actual, like if we're actually going to have the conversation, not be on some BS narratives here and there. Let's have the conversation. A lot of times these people don't know how to have the actual conversation. They just have their narrative and they're just going to grandstand and it's going to go nowhere because we're not having a genuine conversation.
Yeah, because they put an agenda before the damn conversation. So now it's like you said, they putting their narrative out there, and you're not having a real genuine conversation. And I'd rather had a genuine conversation to be week after week pandering the motherfuckers and be like, yeah. So black fighters ain't getting enough love. And then they end up circling back and disrespecting other black fighters. So you let these niggas talk long enough, and you see they not really for the sport.
Yeah, of course.
It always come out that way. Like y'all will be hyping up one nigga until it come out later. He's like, yeah, why y'all say y'all for black fighters, but why y'all disparaging Anthony Joshua? And then y'all start making up shit like he's light skinned, and it's like, what are we doing now?
And like with Crawford, and like I always understood why people didn't like certain things about how Crawford was moving, but I was never okay with some of the language that they were using for Crawford. Like
the thing with Crawford is because PBC is basically PBC is the N-word /Thug. That's what it is. So a lot of those, I don't want to say name drop, but those Steve Kims and some of those, coons like Coach Malachi, these niggas will ride for Bud and talk shit about Spence. And basically it's like they're using Bud as a tool of the racism in a sense, for whatever.
I was talking about like on the other side where like some of the names that were being
the Kunta Kinte shit.
First of all, that shit was cringe and uncomfortable to hear. Like, okay, you say what you want to say about Crawford if you feel like he made some bad business moves, whatever. But let's not disparage the guy and call him out his name on some personal shit. Like,
but giving boxers nicknames has always been some of the lamest shit. I never really enjoyed the whole flow.
The disparaging nicknames, like we got Turbo Fist, Turbo Fist and all our names. But I'm saying the disparaging,
I mean, but that's the thing. Like, that's a fun nickname, nigga. Like these niggas is some disparaging. Like Turbo Fist, this nigga really do have Turbo Fist. Angry Fist, this nigga really do punch like he's angry. Patient Fist, he really don't be punching enough and be acting like he waiting for punches. It's like the Seven Dwarves. Like
that's one thing, but calling a man But calling a man Kunta Crawford is not like, bruh, like that's some other
exactly. Like putting retard on the end of somebody's name or
Pactard. They talking about the Pactards?
Or the Flomos, the that bullshit.
Yeah. Well, I mean the aerosexuals, the homosexuals there.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, honestly, see, I had heard that even before boxing. Because I remember people say that about like with basketball. Bronze sexual. Don't add that sexual. Like that shit is weird. Like, bro, nobody
weird. Like who? It's just like who sits around like a little kid just coming up with little nicknames like to disparage people. That shit just cringe as fuck. Like
it's corny.
Nah, like Ring Gang got the best nicknames. Nigga. Like y'all can't fuck with the way we like. But y'all be on some hating shit. Like. And you know what it is, hating because y'all niggas ain't never got into no fight, never threw 1,000 jabs or whatever. Y'all don't have no respect for it, so it's easy for you to just call a nigga out his name and shit.
Yeah, they spend all their time punching the keyboard.
Yeah, so it's easy to just be like, yeah, he's a distard or he's a moist guy. I'm like, nigga, won't you say something? Won't you fucking train or do something, nigga? Like, I beat the shit out your pussy ass. Like, nigga, like, dog, that shit just, I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong. If a boxer's an asshole, he an asshole, and then you respond accordingly, because we all grown ups, we all adults here. You just can't have niggas try you. But some of these dudes be going out their way to try these boxers. I just be like, God damn, like.
And if a boxer or his entourage, responds in kind, they'd be quick to, hey, lawsuit, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
even though your punk ass probably deserved it. So it's like, yeah, it is.
We bring back pros versus Joes or pros versus hoes. Because some of you niggas ain't Joes.
Yeah,
y'all some fucking hoes.
Pros versus Joes was such a great show because it put to display like what pros are really like and show like the average Joe like, oh well, I could do this, I could do that. Like, nah, you ain't doing nothing. Like,
shout out and rest in peace to the late great Gotti and Sweet Pea, because when they're on the show, well, Gotti more than Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea just did what Sweet Pea does, like if you want to take it, but Gotti didn't take it.
He having fun, man. When you got defense, you just want to make niggas miss and smile. Gotti was like that. Fuck you, regular plumber ass niggas.
Yeah,
thinking you a world champ.
Yeah, but motherfuckers thought Gotti was all sweet because he was retired. So Gotti was like beating the fuck out of these.
Some niggas who like fighting too much. Like I can tell, like if you put Shane Mosley on that show, he's beating the shit out of somebody.
Yeah, because he's gonna have too much fun. He's gonna have too much fun.
And an offensive nigga having too much fun is bad news for a nigga who ain't on it. Because an offensive nigga, his fun is throwing punches. Mm-hmm. It ain't like a Chris Bird nigga who's just gonna be slap you around and be like, haha, you can't hit me. Haha. Like, nah, like I mean that's fun too, but it's a different fun.
Yeah, Chris
chasing somebody down.
Chris Bird be the type that would be like, I'll give you $5,000 if you could land one punch on me. He'd be one of those types. Yeah. Just to play around.
I think that used to be a mini game in Yakuza. Like I think you could like spar niggas on the street and if they hit you, you gotta pay them money type shit. Like, oh man, we don't get like a boxing mini game that got a little shit like that. Let me get a story mode where niggas is really like, yeah, we need you to go to the Windy City and spar niggas. And
but
we need you to go to Singapore and spar niggas.
Speaking of boxing and video games, though, finally you got the trailer for Undisputed coming out in October. Like I said. Yeah, and definitely. I mean, I definitely want to speak in Rant because I know LB. I know you're like finally because that's because finally because boxing's now at a high point right now. So
thank you. Like take advantage of it, like bro. Like, and this is why there's so much boxing fuckery in the week before fights. Like Pilot said, it's because a lot of that because the energy ain't dispersed equally. Like you don't have that energy going into like a boxing sitcom or a TV show or a documentary or nothing. You don't have no boxing energy going toward a video game or online. It's just all on Twitter, just bubbling and then bubbling, and it's going to the influencers and this nigga, that nigga. Like, no, like spread this shit out so we can start getting more diverse content. Like, Get more shit happening. Like there's too many niches in boxing. Like we need boxing as a whole to elevate, and the niches to kind of fall back a little. Like the niches be getting more popping than the sport itself. Like niggas gonna be having boxing fashion channels soon. Like the fuck? You see the scarf Floyd wore in Dubai? Like nigga, you don't. But yeah, it's great seeing a boxing game finally. You know, niggas just talking about like we gonna be on some consoles. You know, the clips shit look good.
I mean, it's the first one since Fight Night Champion. That was like back.
Only took him 11 years, 12 years. The fuck.
Yeah, did it come out like 2010, 2011 or some shit like that, nigga? So it's just like
yeah, I'm giving them 14 years. I'm giving these niggas too much credit.
Right.
You know like I'm thinking about it because the last time when I had the PSG working like a couple months ago and I seen the last time I played Fight Night, I think it was saying 2015 or some shit. So I was looking at the time, I'm like, damn, it's been 10 years. Like, no, nigga, that's from the last time you played. The game been out 2010. These motherfuckers.
I'm saying, like,
yeah,
who
gonna be on the cover?
I mean, I wouldn't be sorry because one thing I did notice in that trailer though is His Excellency has Riyadh season all up in the fucking turnbuckles and shit like that. So honestly, we know what time it is with who we know how they're able to finish up the development.
He's helping fund the game. So
yeah, so I mean that's part of the reason why it's now because probably without him it probably would still be in
because that shit was the boxing version of Detox. Like,
every year we added this nigga, we added this person, and still ain't no. All right, when it's coming out, we added Clarissa Shields, we added this nigga.
The demo version was basically like, let's see, if Undisputed was Detox, when they brought out the demos like that you could play online for like Steam. That was like when Dre dropped that song, that single with Akon. Hold up, wait a minute, let me put some kush. Like that was that. Okay, that's a single for Detox, and you thought it was gonna come, and then it never came. That's how I was looking at the demo.
I thought you were gonna mention that horrible "I Need a Doctor" song.
No, I wasn't gonna mention that. No, Kush came before that. So
yeah, no, it did. But I was in my mind. I was like, it's like this nigga's about to say, "I need a doctor."
No, absolutely not. Hated that song.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. If Dre put that shit out, I was like, nigga, go put that shit back in the archives, yo. Like, who the fuck was that horse shit though? But Undisputed. I mean, like I said, I seen it myself because, like I said, I mentioned before. I seen it. Seen, and I thought, this shit looks tough because I thought the gameplay was like solid and everything like that. Like, and. But it was only like the demo and shit, so it was just like. But I thought, okay, it has potential. Like, I mean, I think I know there was probably buggy, but I didn't really see any of the bugs from what I was watching though. But so far, I mean, cross the fingers because it's available for what PS5 and was it Xbox,
Xbox, PC,
and PC.
If they know what's good for them, do not just end up only putting put Usyk and Fury on the cover or some shit. Like,
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the person who's probably made the biggest impact in 2024 in terms of whatever is probably gonna be put on the cover. So it could either be an Usyk, it could be a Fury, it could be a Crawford.
They ain't trying to sell that shit if they putting these two unknown looking motherfuckers on that shit. Like, you better put the Crawford or somebody on that motherfucker. Like,
yeah, no,
I ain't buying that shit for no goddamn Bond villain looking ass Usyk, nigga. Goddamn Tyson Fury, really? Like,
yeah, or because it's not gonna be like two versus. It's gonna be standard and then the deluxe WBC shit, where I think you get like a free fighter, like a 93 version of Roy Jones or some shit like that. Like,
wait, what the fuck? Like, I didn't know they doing all that shit.
Yeah. So here it says Undisputed will be available in 2 editions, standard and deluxe WBC, with players who pre-order also receiving a free bonus fighter in the form of Roy Jones 93, the year he captured the IBF middleweight championship. And it says here too, key features: customize your fighter from hairstyle to body weight, in-depth career mode lets players build their team, negotiate contracts, train, and carve their own path to undisputed champion.
Negotiating contracts? What the fuck, bro? Like, you niggas is ruining boxing games. Why the fuck do I want to fucking play a boxing game and negotiate a motherfucking contract?
No, I want the career
really?
mode. For the longest time, there was no career mode because I'm in these servers and they talk about the game, and I've heard good and bad things. But no career mode was alarming on the for the PC. But I guess
career mode, not manager mode. God damn, like y'all niggas. I bet there's gonna be some fuck niggas that just play who just be like, yo, can we just do manager mode? Like, I don't really want to just box. I just want to talk about it. Like, I want to see them. I want to play. I want to see the computer play against itself, so I could go on the make believe Twitter in the game. Like.
And the first, and they also said for the WBC version, it's like you get the fighters pack. Like for that, if you get that one, you get like the apparel pack. Like you get alternative ring attire for like Shields and Canelo and Usyk, and then you get Eras pack. You get like versions of Muhammad Ali in '64, Tyson Fury in 09, Canelo in 11. It's a lot of crazy shit that they're putting into this fucking game. Like,
oh shit, what's good, Rob? What's good, Rob D? What it do? Salute.
Yeah, salute.
Damn, we start early. Y'all niggas, y'all come in here late as fuck.
Yeah.
But we would have started at 10:43. It would have been like room would have been full as fuck.
But like I said, I'm keeping an open mind with Undisputed though, because like I said, because I will buy that for Steam, and just I just gotta see the particulars. I have a Sidewinder for my PC, so it's like, and it has mad buttons. I just want to make sure I get the appropriate controller to be able to rock and play this game like appropriately.
Yeah, now they really gonna compel me to get a damn PS5. Like
I mean, nigga, these are the breaks. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit happens.
I told myself, I was like, if y'all don't pull out no boxing game, like Tekken 8, like the fighting shit ain't enough. Like, you gotta be boxing. Like, y'all come up with a boxing game, then I'm gonna have to just be like, damn, all right. Mm-hmm. You got me.
So I mean, Undisputed, like, I'm looking forward to it, man. Like, at least the trailer looks like they cleaned up a lot of that shit from before. So high hopes that shit, is fun though. Although that whole signing contract, I'll be interested to see how that career mode's gonna fucking play out. Though.
Yeah, I'm real because these niggas, knowing how these people are, they probably be asking the wrong fans. Like, what would you need in a career mode? Niggas just start saying all types of shit. Like, motherfuckers be like, yeah, we need the damn let's have message board mode when we send our we send fighters to promote the fighters across the internet online. They'll probably do some stupid shit. We're like, wait, what? Like, nah, add more training games, nigga. Like,
yeah, watch one day if this goes. They'll add a podcast mode, like they'll put all your favorite podcasters and that shit on there.
Yeah, oh my goodness. It's that podcast.
Hey, yo, son, that's trademark too. That's my idea, people. I said that shit first. You heard a Ring Gang podcast.
Hey, y'all niggas put a podcast mode in the damn boxing game. It's fucking over. And yes, it's over because our lawyers will be at your neck.
Yeah, facts.
That'll be over. Like, give me a fucking break. Like, y'all niggas would do some shit like that. Like,
some real shit, yo. But that's what boxing is boxing right now, because there's a lot of shit that's going on right now, though.
Yeah. And like, just boxing in the whole, like, we as a whole, like the game, we need this, and we need another boxing movie franchise outside of Creed and Rocky. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Somebody needs to just grab that mantle and just take it from them niggas on some, like, look, man, I know we got the mad skills rap, but sometimes we need the Uncle Murder rap. like I mean, not like that. Don't. I'm just saying, like. Mm-hmm. Like, we need more other shit out here. So yeah, but the game is a good start. Finally, hopefully they got everybody in that motherfucker. But if you ain't in it, then hopefully you get your ass in there next time.
I know one person that probably won't be in it, and that's one Floyd Mayweather. Floyd will. What's the last time he was in a video game? Was like one of the second
Knockout Kings 2. Not Knockout Kings.
He's only in that. That's the only game he was in ever. Knockout Kings 2. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Not the fucking I mixed them up with damn no, it was Fight Night Round 2, not Knockout Kings, right? Fight Night Round 2.
It was one of those, something with the 2 in it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember, I think that one had Trinidad in it too. Like, they need to put Larry Holmes in a game. Like, they don't never put this nigga in no games.
I mean, I think he probably is gonna be in Undisputed. Because like there's a whole I know there's a large roster. I think he's definitely gonna be in it. But Floyd wants I think a little bit too much money for his likeness to be up in there because motherfuckers will be posting YouTube videos of him getting his ass whooped by jobber niggas in that game if they could do it. You know what I mean? Some people are just that. Some people are just that particular about how their image is being used.
The only one he wanted to be in was the one where you could get your character swole as fuck before a fight and have max out stats. Yeah, he would be on that one.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Like,
exactly.
Trinidad a damn 154, damn Jeff Lacey looking motherfucker. Left hook all the way. Like, yo, Felix Trinidad ain't that swole, nigga. He's like lanky. Like, nah, this one is, nigga. You know that roasted pollo.
All the good old days of boxing video games, man. When we didn't have to ask for shit, it was just every couple of years that shit would come out for niggas, man.
And you could customize the your ring entrance, and like when you start making more money, like now you got the girls coming out with you, like that. That's the shit like you can enhance and talk about, but contracts, like
yeah,
what, you gotta practice writing in cursive, like.
I mean, in those days, I used to beef with James Toney, man. Hopefully they put that him in the screen. Like,
James Toney was that nigga in the damn game.
I used to beast on niggas with that with dude, man. Like, that
shit. Oh man.
Yeah, no.
Hey, what it do, Anthony? What it do? Salute, bro.
And he says boxing has been such a niche sport that some of these game developers don't waste their time making a boxing because they know it's not gonna make money, and that's what's sad. I don't think that's the reason per se. Because
it's a licensing issue. Like, a lot of boxers want too much, and if you're a small time developer, you're not gonna have no damn. I need 250K to make sure fucking Tony Bayou's in the game.
Right.
Like the fuck? Like, we really want him in the game? Really? Like, really? We missing out on him, son? Like, so game different right now.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I think right now, because since EA Sports, decided to sell out and start putting boxers in the fucking UFC games, and you can't do shit in them games. And so it's like, okay, yeah, you know what? This company. So, like I said, I'm hoping Undisputed, because if Undisputed sells, then EA Sports is gonna be like, well, you know what? Maybe we should try making an actual boxing game this time, and they might actually try to, resurrect their engine with, try to update it. So it might be good good in the sense to maybe force some competition to actually make more boxing video games.
Yeah, because didn't EA Sports just announce that they're making another fight night or some shit?
They did.
I could have sworn I heard something about that, but maybe not.
I mean, if they did, then that shit, nigga, that's what's up. Like, it's about fucking time. Like 2K, 2K. EA Sports is like, they broke some hearts with that. So I haven't fucked with EA Sports probably since. Like, EA Sports.
Yeah, but you see how the UFC marketing has even affected the games, because UFC ain't really have no stars in like maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 damn years, but they keep putting out the games because it's that whole marketing.
It's under one ceiling, it's under one.
Yeah, it's easier, but they still making it seem like it's popping when UFC really ain't been popping.
I don't know if I mentioned the 20 million that's funded. That's probably a Turkey thing, right? I assume.
Yeah, that's a Turkey thing. Yeah, Turkey's putting money into UFC shit too. That's why Dana White is all respectful.
He's kind of coming off a little bit as a hardcore advanced casual. It's fine though. Shouts out to him.
Ayo, what up, Karma? I see you in there.
Some of these matchups, whatever.
Salute, Karma. I know P was supposed to acknowledge you, but P was silent.
Hold on. I just seen right now. What up, Karma?
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
but yeah, cool. I think it's
and name that. Stop being lazy, Karma. Oh well, I'll name this stream later. No, name it now. Stop being lazy. Try to be like Joe Budden. I'm gonna name this podcast later. No, name it already.
I like that. I like when before he, I like when it was called named later. But yeah,
no, that's lazy. Name it.
It is kind of lazy. It is kind of lazy though.
Because you don't know what you're gonna talk about until afterwards.
I mean, it's topics, but it was just kind of
like, we talk some shit, my nigga. Like, yeah, we back.
But Pilot, do you want to bring up the first poll? Pause.
Yeah, I got it. So we did ask. Okay, there we go. So we did ask, which sport makes the better fighters? Because a lot of these boxers and NBA players be throwing out their pad work and all that.
Right.
This one might have been inspired off Debo.
Right.
Anyways, we did ask, and surprisingly, we only have 27 votes in regarding which sport makes the better fighters between football / NFL and basketball / NBA. And we got 59% for actually the NBA and 41% for NFL.
Now, basketball. I think basketball is better.
I pick basketball too because I think in overall basketball are the best athletes in the world in terms of what versatility. But in a nutshell, I mean, again, when it comes to like heavyweights, I've said this before. When it comes to heavyweights, all the way down to probably our middleweights in America, like literally a point guard and a wide receiver are they could probably be the next fucking 175, 168 GOAT, but up to heavyweight, of course. I'm just saying, like when it comes to like a nigga like Justin Jefferson from the Minnesota Vikings, if he was boxing something like that, he might be one of the greatest middleweights of all time. I'm just saying there's probably a couple of them niggas there that.
But what's funny thing is too is like it's football players that actually try doing a crossover to boxing more than basketball players do. Like basketball player, I think we may have like Kendall Gill, and then Nate Robinson, who got obviously Nate Robinson didn't fare too well.
Shouts out to Nate because he's got some kidney failure going on. Shouts out to my Seattle GOAT. That's and funny thing is too is like dude said he had it for a minute, so he fought with that condition against Jake Paul, which was wild. That's crazy. So and he's still asking for it. I mean, that's crazy. Former NBA players needs that shit. I mean, it's fucked up. Is what it is. But
but the thing is, though, how the fuck do you pass you're not supposed to be able to pass a physical with a kidney condition. Like you're not. This ain't the early 1900s where motherfuckers used to do it because else they wouldn't eat. Like motherfuckers not supposed to pass physicals with that. That shit.
I mean, even when it comes to like soccer, like these niggas like a young Derrick Rose or Russell Westbrook, like they could be a GOAT soccer player probably. It's just NBA NFL money is so long.
So
Absolutely.
it's not just the money long. Niggas ain't introduced to boxing like that. I'm tired of
that too. Yeah, I mean that plays a role. That plays a role.
That plays the biggest role. A lot of motherfuckers would get into boxing if they seen it advertised and promoted, man.
It's kind of ironic because
you go to the park, you're not gonna see boxing like you'll see football and baseball and all the other shit.
It's ironic that we're talking about this on the eve of the Undisputed, because the last Undisputed was UK versus American. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of ironic because obviously the UK nigga won, then slowly the clip shows took over. NFL money got large, and we haven't had an American heavyweight worth of shit. I mean, honestly, respect to the ones that after Holyfield. I'm just saying when it came down to it, that was kind of like the death of the American heavyweight in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like there wasn't any American champions. They just didn't capture with the exception of Roy Jones, of course. Roy Jones but he was already goated by that time.
But then remember, a certain British heavyweight didn't fight other American champs.
Yeah, that's also true.
So niggas was taking damn navigators from Don King and $1 million to not fight certain defensive boxers.
Yeah, no, that's also true as well. Yeah, and the funny things too is like in hindsight too, like you look at some of those champions or whatever, and they're like, it wasn't that bad an era. It was just unfortunately, it was just two of the biggest, physically biggest heavyweights in there kind of towered over them because they were so fucking good.
It's kind of ironic because that was 99, and obviously when it came to all-time great heavyweights, the majority of them were all Americans. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really, honestly, from this when boxing started to the 60s, to the 70s, to the 80s, to the 90s, and then after that Holyfield Lewis, I mean, it kind of just ended, the dominance of the American heavyweight.
Well, I mean, like I said, it was, I mean, at least for the American heavyweights, but like the sport was still being carried. But I mean, obviously, we talked about before by Oscar and them because the Oscar pretty much was the. I know most people don't like to give Oscar any credit, but it's the truth. Oscar kept boxing going. Oscar and the company kept boxing going when the American heavyweights fell. I mean, it's the truth.
I mean, of course,
because he always gave you the big fight you wanted every year. which a lot of these niggas don't know how to do.
He didn't age no niggas out. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really do none of that bullshit. Oscar to me is one of my favorite boxers because he never did smoke ever.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Even though I was more of a Tito nigga, but still, you know.
Yeah, but you know, it was his era. But Oscar was truly the golden boy of that part because he was the one, you know, like he was the only non-heavyweight that was actually selling like that. And it sold against whoever was with him. And obviously Tito sold and everything, but he was the one that sold. You know,
but you had the heavyweight events, and like you looked at it like heavyweights, Oscar, and then Roy Jones if you wanted to see the best.
Right, exactly.
And that's how the 90s was.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
With a little Sweet Pea thrown in there.
Little Sweet Pea thrown in there. Some other niggas in there too. Little Ricardo Lopez knocking motherfuckers out.
Well, Ricardo Lopez was the special attraction on those cards. I used to
Yeah.
Because, you know, because he didn't want to say what division he fought in, but it was always special attraction. I still remember them days, nigga, like this. Yeah,
it's the good old days. But yeah, y'all voted for football, basketball? What y'all vote for?
I actually voted for football for
I voted
this whole ass nigga.
I voted NBA.
Only because like
so just only Pat voted football?
Yeah, I voted basketball.
Oh, okay.
But I just
think
because there's more football players that have actually tried to be boxers than basketball players. Like, but you never see a basketball player. Like, yeah, like there's actual retired football.
And that's how we know football niggas is bad at it because so many try and look bad at it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. I know, like when it comes to a heavyweight champion, a better chance the NFL nigga would have been. I mean, you know, some power forwards and you know some niggas like that probably. But I'm just saying when it comes, if you think about it, most of the heavyweights probably would have been you know NFL players. You know, I'm just saying if they.
Funny things too is, I mean, also with football players, I mean,
no, the fuck they wanted, man.
I will say so. I mean, because football players are probably some of the most athletic and strongest motherfuckers out there. Like pound for pound, like you're not gonna find motherfuckers that, with the exception of maybe a fucking gymnast.
Like imagine Julius Peppers. Like, I don't know, Pat. I mean, you know, shout out to mine now, but like imagine Julius Peppers, right? If he took up boxing when he was young, you know, I know King P and Pat know Julius Peppers. If that nigga took boxing young, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, there's a whole.
All I'm saying, like, from my experience, and I come from a football state. So I run into football players, basketball players, tennis, all types of shit. Mm. Football players, they're just really just strong and tough. Mm-hmm. And they intimidate niggas with size and all that shit. As far as when they would come into the gym and want to box, if there was a pure football player, meaning there was the defensive type nigga, defensive lineman type nigga, or a nigga who ain't really playing other sports, just pure football, them niggas is usually trash. Like they're just strong and tough. They're like a big ass fucking. They're like, who's that nigga? Give me. They're like a Brian Nielsen.
Brian Nielsen.
Like honestly, like just you big and you're there. Like yeah, you're a big motherfucker. You're gonna intimidate little niggas and shit. And we know how it is. You know the saying, it ain't the size of the dog, it's the size of the fight in the dog. Like, So niggas peep game on that shit. But when you get a football player, one of these niggas who's like a running back or quarterback, or not like, usually a running back or a cornerback type nigga. Excuse me, I ain't a football nigga. I don't know all these goddamn positions and shit. But when you get one of those type of athletic football niggas, but they also play other sports, like they run track, they play football, they play basketball, they've done baseball. Those niggas is usually better boxers.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I agree with that. Yeah, because there's some
pure football. No.
Yeah,
they're a little more clumsy.
The funny thing is, you know who played basketball in college before becoming a boxer?
Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, Wilder. That's the funny thing. That's the funny one. Yeah. So, I mean, he ended up having a successful career. Regardless of whether you want to talk about how bad he is, how his trash skills. It's funny. He did become a champion.
And a bronze medalist. Like, dude, this is the thing. Like, Wilder overachieved.
Is that? Yeah.
But for the most part, them niggas is more you get more Seth Mitchells than you get Wilders. And Wilder's body type just proves my point. When it's the athletic thing, Wilder could have probably played basketball too if he wanted.
Overseas, yeah.
The fact he could fucking play it somewhere is the point I'm making.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Whereas, like, I've come across niggas who like they're a basketball player is their first sport, and that's their sport. They're a hooper. Mm-hmm. Them niggas end up kabox.
Yeah. I mean,
tennis players.
I played ball, but I also ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I know what you mean. I did play a little bit of football, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Every nigga who football wasn't their main shit, could end up having higher boxer potential. But anytime it's a pure football, nah, them niggas are just walking walls.
It's ironic because the NBA and NFL have been having some beef recently over the past week about like which who's more tough or who's more athletic. It's kind of funny that we're talking about it.
Yeah, no, that was the whole point of the triple. That inspired me because I know NBA was like, we already won up with 1-0 with Williams versus Gore, nigga. And you can't really deny that.
Also, was it Gerald Washington? Didn't he play football before boxing? Pretty sure he played.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I think he was a tight end or something. Yes.
Pause. Yeah, he definitely played football. He played for USC. I was like, yeah, I guess he was all right, but we saw how that ended.
Tall, athletic nigga. Like, it looks probably athletic in football and basketball. I mean, in boxing, it just looked uncoordinated for boxing. But even Wilder looks uncoordinated in boxing.
Although Sean Porter played football, and he turned out to have a pretty damn good career. So they scored one for the football guys on that one.
James Toney, too.
Yeah, James Toney played football, too, yeah.
I think he said he was like 205 in high school playing football.
Yeah, and then James Toney's even more rough because James Toney really learned boxing from the bottom up, like to learn, like, like Bra used to like he was different because Tony was a driller. He used to really drill his fundamentals before until he became good at it. Like you think that shoulder roll he used to do that said it was just like he saw one person. No, he had to practice doing that shit. Like James Toney is probably one of the best examples of someone who actually threw himself into actually learning how to fight, to box.
Yeah. But he's like a super special case.
Yeah.
But yeah, if somebody said, look, Jay, man, like, I'm going to bring you some niggas from some different sports, to teach them boxing, and they start telling me I got like 12 football players, I'm going to be like, you tell me you got some volleyball players, you got some basketball players, yeah. And I disagree, Anthony, about fucking hockey. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, hockey's the only sport where players are encouraged to actually fight, and then of course, once somebody drops, they break it up, they shake hands, or they go.
Yeah, because the fights consist of one-handed and right hands, grab right hands. If all your fights end up being a John Ruiz fight, well, nah, like, and see, baseball, them niggas could crack, man, like, because they practice that whole turning and dynamic, like. That's one thing. Like basketball does so many elements that just translate to boxing.
Well, especially because it's such because basketball and boxing are aerobic sports. So basically, a basketball player, if they can run up and down the court for 48 minutes or so, they can, at least they have the conditioning down, correct. Whereas football players don't necessarily play like that, unless you're like a position that's really like light, like a kicker or something like that. So it's like, but like I said, I pick football simply because more football players want to become boxers than anything. I mean, and yes, some of them have washed out spectacularly, especially the ones that like Mark Gastineau. He's one of the most famous ones because his ass was managed by somebody shady, and they had to kind of fix his wins, and then he ran into the one cat that didn't want to play along. And he got the shit beaten out of him on national TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, and and he was like one fight away from fighting Foreman, in a hole for the heavyweight championship and everything. It's some little horse shit too. But yeah, like and then You know, and you have like even today trying to just trying to fight.
So was it didn't Ed Too Tall Jones try his hand in boxing too?
Yeah, Ed Too Tall Jones, and then I think it was because he almost got knocked out in his last pro fight. I think he went back into the pros because he realized shit was starting to get super real because it's heavy.
I think I took a picture of it. I think I got on my Instagram. I got the what's the the fight booklet or something for that fight? The Ed Too Tall Jones.
Yeah.
I think my pops went to that fight. So yeah, like that's
the
boxing been about the fuckery sideshows forever. Like
yeah, I'm just saying.
But yeah, like NHL, like hockey, of course, like it's they literally can fight. It's a part of the game. NFL and boxing. I'm sorry, NFL, NBA, you can't fight like that. Like it's different.
Especially in the fucking NBA. The NBA is not gonna have.
It's gotten worse over that. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, ever since Miles in the Palace.
Basketball in particular, like niggas be getting fouled at these games. You in the hood, niggas foul you flagrant. Niggas is fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Football ain't fighting like that on a regular basis like that. So a lot of niggas who go hoop, you end up hooping at a certain level. You gotta end up knowing how to throw hands. Because niggas be playing for money. Niggas will play you real dirty. You cross a nigga up, nigga want to swing on you and shit. I've seen shit like this happen.
Yeah,
so
we all, I have too. Yeah, it's
so that niggas be football. It's like you tackling niggas. You put nigga get up. He got fucking grass clumps in his helmet and shit. He ain't fighting nobody.
Yeah, I remember. Funny things too. I remember when I used to play football outside. I remember I used to play a little bit dirty. So sometimes if I got really into what I was doing. Like I remember I clotheslined some cat in there, busted his whole mouth, but but he was an actual football player that actually hit him. But he just got up and he was like, Blaine was like, okay, good hit, and just it's just that's how it was, bro. It's like sometimes
that's the game. Like
sometimes you get into it. Sometimes you gotta clobber a nigga with a clothesline. You gotta just to let them know that shit is real out here.
Clobbering time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think people who automatically say football because it's just the toughness, and everybody know in boxing, you gotta be tough.
Yeah.
And with basketball, NBA, with all these niggas flopping, you probably gonna just be like,
honestly,
y'all niggas ain't made for no boxing.
Yeah, like I said before, like this is a very soft NBA. Like there's no killers like that in today's NBA like that. Like the goon is gone. Like the goon era, the last of the goons are gone. When Zebo retired, that was the end of the goon era. Like there's no good. There's just like Gary Payne used to say, they're just a bunch of niggas that want to take off their shirts and just looking for the ladies and just chill. They don't want to practice hard. They don't want to do nothing. Like
I mean, damn, that's part of the game. You gotta look good for the ladies and shit, nigga.
Yeah, but when you deal with real niggas that be winning shit, some of that real,
I mean, you gotta win too, man. Winning is the best way to look for the ladies. I mean,
yeah, but when you have when you have the glove telling you that these young niggas are soft because they don't want to do nothing, then you have to listen to them because that's OG. And then,
hold on. Salute Blazing Killer, what it do? Salute Ring Gang. I see you vibing over there, Shutter. You enjoying yourself? Hell yeah, man! It's like Friday night, nigga. You know what it is, like.
Yeah. Android, yeah. So Android. Charles Oakley was another. Charles Oakley was. Here's the thing about Charles Oakley.
The goon.
He was a goon. And he wasn't that great a basketball player. I know it's a part of sin, but he wasn't that good a basketball player. Like he was just big. He couldn't have no vertical. He couldn't jump. He was
serviceable, but yeah, I know what you mean.
He had a sometimes mid-range.
Yeah, sometimes mid-range. Yeah, shout out to rest in peace to my boy Anthony Mason. He was one of those.
Anthony Mason was a fuck. Yeah, that
Anthony Mason was balling now.
Was a beast. You know what I'm saying? But Charles Oakley was one of those ones, basically because he was able to punk niggas and just because of. But there was an incident where he tried that shit outside, and he tried it with a shorter martial artist who whooped his ass and put him in the hospital. Oakley was because he wasn't selective. He'd bully anybody, but that he wasn't that tough when like martial arts put him in the hospital. He was just
because that's the thing about a bully. Whether you bullying whatever you bully, and you still a bully at heart. So you got niggas out there that relish being the one to whoop up a bully, man. So
yeah.
And a martial artist,
and that's the reason why he lasted so long in the league. It wasn't because this nigga had skills or anything like that, but because he was just, he was just Jordan loved him as a player, and and then he embodied the whole '90s New York Knicks era, which was, of course, in hindsight, obviously I was like, get the fuck out with the Knicks though, but time has kind of softened my skin.
I mean, I don't know, man. I was always trying to get my little Allen Houston on, but man, y'all just gonna say that's a light skin thing, so fuck it.
Yeah, nigga, it is a light skin fan. I'm not even gonna hold you, bro. It is a light skin.
Allen Houston used to ball though.
I understand that though, but
John Starks, nigga.
And it really is a light skin thing, bro. Like,
like them niggas was hooping. Like, what the fuck?
Again, I'm not gonna hold you, brother. Yes, it was a light skin thing, yo.
God. Starks with the, come on, bro. Like, Allen Houston with them threes, nigga. Like,
yeah. I like I said, nigga, I understand that all day, every day, bro. But you know what it is, yo.
Yo, how about Horace Grant? Do you think Dennis Rodman would have been successful in boxing? You seen Double Team? He could fight, bro.
Yeah, Dennis Rodman. Do I think Dennis Rodman would have been successful? I mean, as a personality, hell yeah. Like, motherfucker, a nigga, a boxer that walks around wearing dresses and shit like that and wearing green wigs will unnerve any fucking boxer. Yeah, like that motherfucker used to like. And
I feel like I think he athletic enough. He'd have been good in boxing. Like,
I mean, he was a decent wrestler. Him and Karl Malone. Karl Malone was, but I think it's too is Karl Malone in against with other basketball players, motherfucker would look like he was jacked as shit. But with when he was side by side with wrestlers, they all looked like they were way fucking bigger than his ass. Like, it was funny as hell to see that. This is mad random.
But he still looked big though. Like,
he's still a big motherfucker though. Karl Malone,
the one that really showed me the most. If, I don't know if you ever remember watching like I know this is weird, so forgive me. The NFL Sunday when Arnold Schwarzenegger was promoting that one movie, Collateral.
That's a very random ass, but go on, bro. Like,
he was there, and I remember he's there, standing there with all them other football legend niggas, and Arnold Schwarzenegger looked like a little nigga.
Yeah, funny thing too, because I know Arnold.
I was like, damn, like this Conan looking like a little dude.
Yeah, because he back then he probably wasn't all jacked up like he was. Like he probably wasn't on the shit, or if he was.
But Collateral was like a minute, like he was still like this. I know this is older Arnold, but this ain't like old Arnold, like fall off.
Right.
I don't think it was Governor yet. Like,
yeah,
I mean, so it's like, cause remember Collateral is kind of hard, like.
Yeah, like some of them early 2000 Arnold movies, they don't get a lot of love, because it was just in the era that he was. I don't know, it was just weird. I mean,
the action movie star was changing. It wasn't like the big bad '80s nigga no more, where you just one-liners and kill everybody. Like they was trying to make niggas different, like smarter and more witty and shit, like.
Yeah, and that's why Stallone eventually he was like, you know what, this shit ain't working. Let me go back to Rocky and Rambo, and then maybe we'll open up some doors.
Facts.
Yeah, so at least he updated both those characters, especially with Rambo. Like, that fourth Rambo was an experience to watching the movie. It's one of my favorite movie experiences, my nigga.
I ain't gonna lie, that's up there for me too. Like. When that 50 cal was letting off, that shit was wow, like the sound was just like deafening, like this.
Yeah, honestly, as I like to call it, there was mad atrocities going on in that fucking movie, man. There was a lot of
like just the intro, niggas just throwing babies in bonfires and shit, like niggas just shooting people in the back, like damn, nigga, like I ain't gonna lie, like. That might be like a top 5 movie theater memory, like Rambo 4, motherfucking 28 weeks later.
That's a random movie. I didn't
Nigga, 28 weeks later in the theater was like amazing, bro. Like that was one of those joints. Though I ain't gonna lie, because it was random. Like we were just high and we just ended up being there last minute, and we was just like, in the beginning when that motherfucker has to choose between his wife and say, and this nigga ran, and then the music, like, oh man, nah, that's like one of the GOAT movie intros of all time. Like, of course that's up there, nigga. Like.
Yeah, I might need to think a little bit more about Mike's, but Rambo 4 is just, Rambo 4 is just unique because it comes off after, it comes after one of the worst dates I've actually been on, because I got caught slipping on one, not robbery wise, but some old girl kind of played me kind of foul, and I was just like, and we were supposed to go to that movie, so I ended up just going by myself. And and that made me forget about that horrible ass date, like because Rambo 4 was so fucking raw, like you
can get anything at the Rambo 4, like hell yeah,
like just seeing all that atrocity and killing just made the whole night a lot better. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, but yeah,
probably the sin is up there too.
Mm-hmm.
Like that shit, I was drunk as fuck watching that, and that shit woke me up when them damn creatures. Started fucking them women up in them damn caves. Like,
well, that and then the was it? It's not Batman Begins. Oh, Batman Begins was a nice one, but the second one, obviously with Heath Ledger,
The Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. There, yeah, that was an epic movie experience for that. That was because I heard fucking
that shit was so long and boring. Like
no, not Dark Knight. Dark Knight, like everyone, like you can hear like a pinch of like that. That was one of the few. That was one of the few movies that when the lights came on, niggas was like
dude, Hostel was more of a iller movie theater experience because the first 20 minutes of that movie, people were walking out because these niggas just going around to the clubs just fucking bitches, and people was like, "Yo, what kind of fucking movie is this? I didn't pay to see this shit. Niggas is loud."
No, speaking of movies that walking out on. This was definitely a memorable one. I had a date, this was like years ago. I think this was probably before I ever got with my last ex. She wanted to go see fucking Bruno. That shit, and I saw that in the fucking movie theater. Yo, old people were kind of thinking like, people. I guess there were people here that were not like cool, didn't know what Bruno was all about. But so when Bruno started doing the really gay things that he's known to do, and that movie kind of amplified. Honestly, that movie should have been NC-17. I don't even know how that shit got to be R. Like that fucking movie was wild. Yeah, but yeah, you see old people, they were just walking the fuck out. Some of them scenes were just like, nah, bro. Like we gotta get up out of here. Like that was a memorable movie experience because motherfuckers was just like, yeah,
it do that just to get people reactions. Like,
Sacha Baron Cohen was on with that fucking movie. Even I didn't realize how fucking wild that movie was going to be. But that was a memorable movie experience, but it was for different reasons.
Hold on, Anthony. I see. I got two Miami Heat players, old school guys, Jamal Mashburn and PJ Brown.
And none of them Heat players knew how to
especially Mashburn.
None of them Heat players knew how to fucking scrap. I'm sorry, but ever since that fucking fight with them niggas, was doing all this shit, and they had Van Gundy being dragged on the floor trying to get one of them players.
Classic.
I'm sorry,
but in terms of the recent NBA,
PJ Brown like flipped that nigga up like 20 times, like in the air.
The most dangerous nigga in NBA for a while was James Johnson. I don't know. I know Shutter probably heard of him. He was on the Heat for a sec. He was like I think he's an MMA nigga, but he was supposed to be.
He's like a black belt. Yeah, I know James Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like
he's my Bulls and shit, but yeah.
Yeah, that motherfucker was legitimately dangerous though. That's for one thing. Like he that motherfucker was like, if a player got to fight with him, good luck.
What's his name? I remember Thunder Dan Marley.
Thunder Dan Marley.
He had that defense. Fuck y'all shit.
He was a hooper. That's
y'all favorite player.
That Suns team was nice. I mean, we're gonna talk about NBA.
That's Suns team. KJ, we can't forget. Shout out KJ. That nigga was, Like I said, that's the Suns, yo. They were the team in the
Kevin
90s.
Johnson, that was the original uber athletic point guard. Before there was Steve Francis, Derrick Rose, and Russell, all them niggas. It was Kevin Johnson.
Yeah, Yeah. Like I said, man, old school, 90s NBA was fantastic. Just to quote that commercial, man.
We went like on with that. So moral of the story, basketball players that make better fighters than football players.
Just more athletic. Well, I guess we got to have more basketball. Like Kendall Gill can't be the only basketball player that actually has a winning record in pro boxing. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm just my outlook is different because like I'm down here in Florida. I didn't seen football players box. I done seen boxers go into. I've seen basketball players transition into boxing. I've seen it's like damn, like it's like I said before, the niggas who could do football, they end up being good at boxing if they're good at other sports. So I'll give you Rome top 5, perfect example. That nigga, he one of those niggas who play basketball, play football, and that nigga got natural fighting instincts for boxing. So that's like bam, bam, bam. But he the type of nigga who could play all of it. So that nigga, he probably could play tennis too if he learned. Like you got them all around. Cause I ain't gonna lie, that nigga he opened the trunk of his car. He got like every sport in his car.
Yeah, all I got is a basketball in my trunk, and this
nigga got the football, the basketball. I think he got a baseball. He got, I think the boxing gloves are the hand wraps. He got motherfucking I'm like, damn, nigga, just put a golf club in this motherfucker. Like you a PE coach, nigga. Like,
that's what it is.
Man. But that I see it down here, and then even with the female hoopers, man, like they athletic as fuck. They start throwing hands. They transition to the boxing easily. I feel like volleyball is an underrated little niche. Like I think will produce a good amount of fighters, but just hasn't really just like a nigga who play volleyball and going to boxing. That's like them niggas ain't even at the same gym or parks.
Right.
Right. Down here they might meet, but it's just that shit ain't happening like that. Like so,
that shit ain't norm. That ain't the norm.
It ain't the norm. So if it happens, it'll be special. I want to be a part of it because that shit seem like, you got some athletic motherfuckers with some volleyball.
Facts.
I seen some street niggas play volleyball. Niggas jumping like 3-4 feet in the air like Stevie Francis and shit. Like, like God damn, like y'all play ball? Like, no, nigga, we just be on the beach. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, I'm decent at volleyball. I'm not anything great at it. I'm decent at it, but yeah, that's not. It wasn't like I could spike, I could fucking serve a fucking ball, but yeah, I was just decent at it. It wasn't anything great at it.
Oh shit! Let me we can change this subject real quick. Hold on, Anthony. When I was younger, I played soccer. I was a competitive swimmer, and I played tackle football. Damn, you was playing everything, cuz.
Like honestly, if you wasn't playing I'm pretty sure everyone has had. I hate to, if a dude hasn't played no sports when he was young, then I kind of wonder about what. Yeah, you can't.
Something really wrong with your ass, like.
Yeah, and I know, just like honestly, I know people say sports aren't everything, but if you can't talk about at least one sport with with a dude or whatever, like if you it was like hey, you see that game last night or you see that fight last night, and motherfuckers like, can't talk about the sport, and I get it. It's just something kind of it's a weird energy. It's a weird fucking energy.
Yeah. I never met anybody who didn't fuck with at least one sport.
Yeah, I'm a side eye the fuck out of you if you don't play any sport as a man, as a kid.
If you don't watch it, I'm like, no offense to my other people out there, but if you're a man, you don't know or watch any sport, I look at you a little weird. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
even if you don't like follow it, you've had to at least play when you was young or a young adult, like something. You just can't. It can't be like a void. Like I mean, I bet people like that, and like they were big into like cars and like street racing.
Yeah. I mean, there's yeah.
So there's a few, but you gotta have some type of active passion, and it's like the way these niggas be driving down here, that's almost a sport in itself. So I kind of like I let that kind of go. I'm like, yeah, you be driving in Palm Beach, nigga. Yeah, you driving.
Yeah, no, but you gotta have some sort of physical endeavor, at least some physical endeavor. You can't be just sitting around on your ass not doing nothing. Like, you know,
get up, get out, and get some.
Yeah, there you go. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, because it's just like the camaraderie, the competitive, the teamwork, the focus, the discipline to get good and improve. Like that's why when I come across with women like that, like that's a plus in my book. Like, okay, you kind of get it. Like,
so let me see. I'm just reading because I know Anthony's asked some more questions. It says, do you think any professional or Olympic swimmers would do well in boxing because of the stamina the sport takes? I mean, yeah. I mean, I can see that because I mean, boxers do swim. Like boxers boxers used to swim for cardio too, because it's like it's less it's less stress on your joints because you're not hitting the pavement like doing road work and shit like that. Like I can see a swimmer, like, you know, it takes a lot to do what swimmers do. Like that's just no joke. I mean,
shadow boxing underwater is therapeutic as fuck too.
I mean, shit, you have grown men who don't even know how to fucking swim. Yeah, like it's a goddamn shame too, really. You know, because you know, swimming is a fucking life skill. If you don't know how to fucking swim, slap yourself and then go to the nearest YMCA and learn how to get in and take them lessons with the kids.
It's crazy, bro. Though my ex-wife from Jamaica, a fucking island, and didn't know how to swim.
My ex didn't know how to fucking swim either. Yeah,
I'm like, you're from a fucking island and you can't swim. Like,
yeah,
y'all surrounded by water. Like,
yeah, I'm like, yo, like this is
like Florida's a peninsula. Like, we're almost like,
this is a PSA. You know, swimming is a life skill. It's not something that you just do. You gotta know what you fucking do when you're in the water. Especially I talked about my black people too, because this is one of them stereotypes that keep proving to be true. Y'all gotta learn how to swim in a body of water. And not just one where you can stand and actually stand down, like one where you can't see the
Strive to be like that Montgomery kid who damn swam and put hands on a nigga. Like,
yeah,
like you know how in shape you gotta be to swim, get up, and throw hands and slam a nigga.
And all in wet clothing. Yeah.
In wet clothing, bro. Like that's it. Like y'all niggas don't know. Like swimming in swim trunks is one thing.
Right.
But if you've ever been pushed in water, fully dressed, nigga, that's a whole nother game, nigga.
Yeah, you pissed off too. That happened to me once. You know, pissed.
That shit is not fun. Not fun.
Yeah, that shit happened to me like 3 times. But yeah.
Yeah, that's what I learned too. Like I don't stay near. If I'm dressed, I don't stay near the pool. Like I think I was chilling. I was having some conversing or some shit like that. It was just mad random, like, you know, in the pool, glasses, everything in there, yo. Luckily, I was near the fucking side of the pool, so I was able to, just kind of get level up and just swim and grab up and pull myself out. But the damage was already fucking done. You know what I mean? So,
damn. And see, at least yours is like regular shit. Mine's is like, and I got 3 different. I got 3 different examples. So mine's is like weird because one, my dumb ass was driving the damn bicycle around the edge of the pool on some circle shit. I don't know what inspired me to do that stupid shit, but I did like maybe 90% of the pool, but then I fell in at the last part where I think it's like the most narrow part by the waterfall.
Did the bike go in the water too?
Yeah, it did. Like and that's the bike get heavy on the water, nigga, because it fell into the deep end. So nigga, that's like 10 feet down.
Right.
So that's one. The other one was I played a prank on my father, Rodney, and he chased me from the living room throughout the screen door. And when I got out the glass screen, I didn't think he was gonna. I thought he was gonna stop chasing me because the parents be like, "Hey,
yeah,
no running in the house and shit." So once you get out the house, you think they're gonna stop running, right? No, this motherfucker ran from the goddamn living room through the kitchen, dining area, chased me all the way out to the fucking patio, and I fucking turned around. I'm thinking he stopped, and I fucking saw him reach out for me, and I jumped, and he grabbed me in midair, and we both jumped into the pool, son. And you know what? This nigga was fully closed from fucking work. Who the fuck does that? Oh my God. Like, I'm just remembering now. This nigga had the button-up collar shirt, slacks. God, what the fuck did I do to make this nigga do that shit? Jeez. Like, what type of level of misbehaving you gotta do for a nigga to chase you into the fucking nah, damn.
I mean, yeah, you was on some real, you might have been acting real light skinned that day. That might have been it. He was just like,
something, but he wasn't mad. Like, it was, God damn, that's some weird shit. Niggas, everybody got out the pool and smiled about it, but he was like, I think he was like, yeah, motherfucker, you ain't think I'd run that far. I'm like, it's like a polar bear getting loose or some shit like.
Right.
Oh, Pat, when you were younger, did you ever think at any point since your father was getting older you could beat them in a fight? God damn.
Damn, like that's a hell of a question. That's a hell of a question. Like,
that's a hell of a question, said.
Is it because of what I'm wearing right now? Like, that's a hell of a question. Like, I mean, that's like you didn't ask this nigga LB or Pilot or
Oh God, no, don't ask me because I got too many real life stories, nigga. Like, nah. Oh man, nah. I say like nah, but nah. I fought like.
I mean, obviously, but there's always gonna be a point where where all of a sudden you do something like you're physically stronger or you're physically you start surpassing your father. Like mine was.
But it's different though. You bigger than your pops though, right?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Like when y'all niggas end up being bigger than your pops, that's a whole different story. But it's another thing when you grow up and become an adult and your pops is still physically bigger than you and shit and taller than you and all of that. Like,
yeah, because I think I was psyched when I was like 17 and I was finally able to beat my dad in a foot race. Like, because my dad was like into his into his like his 50s, and so he was still active. He played tennis. Back in the day, he did track in college, and he was trained by he trained in boxing. He was trained by Floyd Patterson. So it's like my dad, and as I mentioned before, my dad was the one who actually got me into boxing in the first place. So my dad, like it took me a while to get that type of victory over him when I was able to beat him in the foot race. And then and then I got bigger. Like when I went to college, I started getting bigger. Like I hit the gym more and stuff like that. And it got to the point where my dad, I think one day asked me out of the blue, I was on steroids because this is when I actually got into the hardcore gym that had the boxing gym on top, and it transformed my whole body. I was a beast. So my dad that's when my dad started worrying about, oh damn, like my son is really like bigger than me now.
Damn, this nigga was like, hold on, I gotta give Professor Xavier a call. Like, I got Juggernaut in my house. Like, this nigga.
Yeah, that's when my dad that's when my dad just stuck to strictly screaming at me when he needed to scream at me instead of like no more beatings or anything like that.
When nigga was like breaking his hand on you, this nigga was like, ah.
Shit, nigga, I wish for the hand, nigga. It was my Nigerian dad.
Oh yeah, you 6'3" and y'all African, so that motherfucker was like throwing couches at you and shit. Like y'all niggas is doing like Piccolo Gohan fights and shit. Like okay, like
no, that it was my dad going out in the backyard and taking, because we had trees in our backyard and getting the fucking switch off there, and it had a whole bunch of them. He put it on top of the fridge, like And
so y'all damn African and island niggas, y'all got time for that shit. Black Americans, man, niggas is before you get outside and get a switch, you done gonna walk by a yardstick, a ruler, a frying pan, a Lego, a toy, this, that, TV remote, mirror. Like, there's too much shit you could beat a jit with to be damn to go outside and be like, yeah, go get me a Switch, or I'm gonna go get one. Nigga,
well, I didn't get one myself. My dad, when I knew,
he didn't trust you, nigga.
Yeah, my dad would just say, go to the room, and I'm
like, exactly.
Yeah,
really, like, come on, like, man, you would have been hit with like 12 sneakers and a damn high heel before you went outside and got a Switch, like.
Yeah, no, yeah. Honestly, like
fucking spatula too. Because if you had parents that cook, the spatula that went upside your head at least once.
Well, it wasn't a spatula; it was the wooden spoons. My mom had a lot of wooden spoons. So if my dad
wooden spoons, nigga, we gonna fight with wooden. But my parents got nigga had wooden swords, nigga. Like,
yeah, it was either the branches were the ultimate ones, and then on occasion maybe it was just the wooden spoons. And then if it was light work, this was like this is what we call the day off. My dad would just turn you around and just whack you about 3 times, across your back, and them shit stung, but he's like, but it's like,
fuck that. You know what sting, nigga? You ever got beat with the belt from a karate gi?
No, I have not.
Motherfuck that shit.
Hey, Pat, that wooden spoon hurt like a motherfucker.
Yeah, it did. That wooden spoon was
no. That wooden spoon is just fucking a wooden spoon. Get hit with a goddamn karate gi belt, nigga.
That shit
sting, nigga.
And the worst was Pat. Like, my mom, she had like horrible aim, so she would just be swinging. So like wherever it landed. Like, no matter what, whether it's a belt,
that shit is hitting elbow and bone,
zipper, like head, neck, shoulders, back. Like, can you pick? You're just swinging wildly. Like, damn.
No. My dad didn't play about the spare the rod, spoil the child. Like, he did that shit. My mom it was either two things. It was either, she would get the wooden spoon, she said, put your hand out and whack it across your hand about 3 to 5 times, depending on that.
Yeah, she was giving y'all the city of God treatment.
or the old school treatment. Like, she'd make us like kneel on the kitchen with our hands in the airs like this, and for a long period of time. That shit is brutal. Like, that shit used to have me crying. Like, that shit was tight brutal. He's like, don't put your arms down.
I would get the chancletas.
Oh, damn. Uh-oh.
Yeah, my mom would be in the kitchen peeling plantains or whatever, and I'm over here crying. I can't put my arms down. That was she. I think she got that from one of my aunts. That type of punishment. That shit was ridiculous.
I would get beat. I would get if I would curse, I would get soap put in my mouth.
I never got that. I just got the beating.
If I slapped in the mouth.
If I cursed, I would have hot sauce in my mouth. That would not be fun. Like, yeah.
Fuck that, nigga. That was like giving us damn. We used to, it's funny you mentioned that, because to get us to stop sucking on our thumb, they put hot sauce on our tongue. I'm the hot sauce on our thumb, but then they find out like we would start putting the hot sauce on there ourselves, so they would just threaten us with violence, and then that worked better. Like, nigga, I'll eat some spicy food, nigga. Like, my jerk, like, nigga, like,
straight facts, nigga. Straight.
But it was the extra hot Tabasco that, like, you had to just let it sit for like 10 minutes.
Hey, nigga, as long as it's not that Scotch bonnet or that Carolina Reaper or any of that shit, that shit was like, that's light work.
But I don't think they had all that shit back in the day.
Yeah, I don't know which was. I mean, the soap was pretty bad too. Like,
yeah, soap. I mean, that could actually, give you, that actually can harm you, But the pepper, shit. Oh, I mean, my mom cooked with spicy peppers. Like I always said before, the spicy things I ever eaten in my life are the gizzards that she makes. Because she makes it with this pepper and peanut sauce that, if it's so spicy it'll make your gums bleed. So that's
you're right. You're right, Karma. I did deserve it. I can agree. I can look back at it and say all the whippings I got and all the soap and all the hot sauce, I deserved it all. So
not me. I honestly,
we know you mouthed off King P. Like, you deserved all of them shits. Like, you really deserved each one of them damn chancletas and spoons and.
Not me. I mean, I've always said too. Like, I mean, I'm the oldest of three, and I think I got more beatings than my younger siblings got combined. Like, yeah, that shit was no fucking joke. Like, I honestly think there was some days I think my dad just made up things to be mad at me about at times.
Like, you the oldest, you tough, you'll take it. Nah, you got to be the middle child, man. The middle child get all the leftover beatings and some. Nigga.
My dad wasn't doing all that. First, he would just slap me. That would be his thing. He would like slap me like 5 times, like straight in the face, until
slapping your face for living.
Yeah, until he realized, oh, you got like my hands hurting from slapping you. So then it was just the belt, and like he was another one that was just like wailing with no direction, no aim. I don't know if you were going for the ass, you were going for my back. He was like everywhere. I'm just like, oh my god. So I remember one time, and the worst ass whooping I got was because and it was my fault. I tried to be slick about it. An ass whooping coming. So what I came in, and I knew it was coming. So I put on extra layers of pants, like extra layers, double pants, double underwear. I was
this hoe
cushion that shit, and I was like, yeah. He was just like, pull down your, and then I'm like, oh, he made me pull down my pants, and then it was he realized what was going on. Yeah, that he made that shit worth it. Like
I mean, sometimes sometimes that should be crucial. Like I remember sometimes I used to go in there, like if you tell me to go in the room while he was outside looking for a branch, I'm like, okay, let me go get my socks. Let me go see what I can actually do. See if I can take the sting off that shit, yo.
Man, y'all niggas is like, I ain't gonna lie, y'all beat into privilege. Y'all niggas be getting time to beat. Y'all get these Batman prep time beatings. Like, that's no fair. Like, nigga, like, no, my shit be like random animal attack beatings. Like, you mouth off and bow. Like, y'all niggas be having like, all right, hold on. I'll be right back to get a switch, or I'm gonna beat you when you come home from school. No, it wasn't no beating when you shower, nigga. Get the fuck, like.
No, my parents always let me know like when the beating was coming. It was never going to be a surprise.
See, my
so
dad
you can mentally prepare for that shit, nigga.
See, my dad used to be like first he'd be like, okay, you know, he is like, so why did you do what you did? And I used to tell him like, okay, a half truth. And it was like, is that all? That doesn't make any sense. You know, then I tell him another thing. It's like, so you're lying, and I'm like, and I tell him something else. Is like, then he logically put things together. So you did this, that, and this, and that's the reason why you did that. Is that correct? He's like, yes. He's like, okay, very good. All right, go to the room. And I'm like, no. He's like, go to the room, and then he'd go outside and go get the switch and and then he says, then he'd be like, turn around. I don't want to see your face. And then, whack, 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 fucking branch and shit like that.
And then there was the, this is going to hurt me more than it hurts you.
Oh, no, my dad never said that shit. Then he called then my dad would call
me. Had the fucking sitcom dad.
No. My dad never said that. I was just like, I hope he didn't say it. This is going to hurt me more than it hurts you.
No. I'm talking about this nigga slapping you 5 times. Like, who, dude? I wouldn't be here alive if my father slapped me 5 times, like consecutively. Like y'all, like them big ass gorilla hands.
No, it wasn't consecutively. Like he would slap me, like he'd be lecturing me. So I knew it was coming because he would take off the rings, he would take off the watch. And
this nigga said the rings. What the fuck, RZA slapping you, nigga?
Take off the rings, take off the watch. And so, like, he would just be talking to me, and then in the middle of talking to me, out of nowhere, it would just be a slap, and then I was like, and then it'd be worse because he'd be talking to me, and my dad was funny, so he'd be making a joke while he's lecturing me about to slap me, and I would laugh, and there goes another slap.
Son, you comedy, son. This nigga's pure comedy. Nigga, this is pure comedy. This nigga is having a fucking super villain lecture while smacking Nigga taking off rings and watches. Motherfucker, Mr. T slapping you. Oh my God, I'm in tears, sir. Like,
yo, man, yo, my dad.
This what the fuck I'm talking about. See, I would have ran away if my dad gave me forewarning about a whooping. Exactly. Niggas, dude, man, I'm from the Simpsons generation. Like, niggas is watching Bart Simpson and Home Alone and getting too many ideas, nigga. You be like, hey, I'm gonna whoop you when you come home from after school. Nigga, you didn't give me a whole empty house that there are booby traps and nah, nigga. When I fuck up, you gotta get me then, nigga. That's like on some street shit. Like, you gotta get me then, nigga. Like, nigga, I'd be like, that'll be the day I don't come home from school, nigga.
Yo, there were times though where I knew ass whooping was coming, but my dad wasn't home yet. Yeah, I remember I used to go. There were times where I'd go to bed like mad early, like 7:30, and go in my room and go to sleep just to avoid my dad's lecture.
Yeah, that wasn't gonna work. That wasn't gonna work over here. The only time a whooping was impromptu was if I was out in public. Like if I was a kid out in public and I was acting up.
Those would be the worst ones.
Yeah,
nigga,
no, my dad
you showing out.
Yeah, no, my dad did not care. He would whoop me right then and there in front of everybody. With my mom didn't believe in that. My mom, like with me and my sister, my mom was never gonna whoop me in public. She was always just gonna be like, okay, well, wait till we get home. My dad, he didn't give a shit. He would just whip you right then and there. Right? It doesn't matter how many people were watching. It was embarrassing. So, but it made you don't act up in public. So
I know my dad would just wait till I got home because I mean I had kind of a reputation of getting into trouble when I went to other people's houses. So my dad used to be like,
wait, what? Like wait, time out. How you get a reputation for that? Like you one of those kids that would just jump on people's sofas when you go to someone's house?
Nah, nigga, no. It was just it would just be something, sometimes it'd just be like something will happen, like I call a name or I hit somebody and then they make a big scene out of it.
Yeah, and those I will say those public ass whoopings are like the most embarrassing. Like you getting your ass whooped with like
I can say this. I've never gotten a public ass whooping. Or the closest is just if I got a beating in the house, the other kids in the neighborhood would be like, yo.
No, so hold on. So I've seen a public ass whooping that was like, I will never, to this day, I will never forget this my entire life because this is how much it stuck with me. Pause.
I gotta hear this.
I was in school. I was in a private school, of course. I must have been like fourth grade or some shit like that. Third, fourth grade. Some kid in my class, I guess, had gotten in trouble because he went into the girls' bathroom, and he got in trouble. And I guess he went back and they called his house, they called his mom, told him about it, and I guess he lied about the situation, and she found out that he lied. So like he was like I think next day or two, like we're in class, and his mom came in the classroom and was just like brought up to the front of the classroom and was like, you lied to me. Now pull down your pants. And I said, pull down your pants. He pulled down his pants in front of the whole fucking class and whooped in front of all of us. Like no lie. There was like 20 kids in the room. Like we was all just watching this kid get his ass whooped. He left after that year. He never came.
His career at this school was over. Like, damn.
Yeah. Now I think the popular thing is for parents now they broadcast their ass whoopings on social media, Facebook, Twitter. It doesn't matter. I know that's a thing next. I remember there was a story because there was this one nigga that this young nigga that that he thought he was in the gang or whatever. And his uncle said, "Yo, we're not in the gang. We don't come from that shit." And he had him say that on the camera. And then his uncle took the belt and whooped his ass. So when this nigga went back to school,
that's a classic one.
Yeah, so when he went back to school, dude got teased more than ever, and he ended up crashing out and getting killed because to prove that he wasn't, because of the ass whooping that he got. And I was like, damn, it's like in the end, you can't save people from themselves though, but. It's sometimes it's like you try to help somebody and just they don't want the help.
Hold on, let me read some of Anthony's comments, yo. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what shocked me the most? When I would go to a white friend's house when I was younger, and they would get away with yelling at their parents and cursing at them. Yeah, like
yeah.
I mean, I've seen that, but then that's the thing. Like, I know, like, I'm one of those households that niggas yelled and cursed back at their parents, and niggas would be getting thrown into the wall and shit. So
nah, their punishment is them white kids. Their punishment is go to your room, Gunther. You're on timeout.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. We was getting our ass up. It wasn't no, all right, we're gonna take the Sega Genesis. All right, all right, no more fucking X-Men for y'all niggas. Nah, you know, you get stomped out, but then you watching damn X-Men and Spider-Man like this and shit. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? So have you ever been woken up from being dead asleep and didn't get a butt whooping? Yes. And that's not a good feeling.
Yeah.
And getting whooped right after the shower with a wet towel and them shit sting. Mm-hmm. That shit ain't fun either. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I never understood some of these white folks. They'd be like, you're grounded. I'm like, what the fuck is grounded? Like, when I would hear that shit, I'm just like, what can be grounded? I don't know what grounded is. I got ass whoopings. I don't know to give me this grounded shit.
Yeah, just ass whoopings. No, like, I'll take the ass whooping any day over a motherfucker taking shit from you. Like, all right, nigga, we gonna take away your TV. Like, no, black parents can't be bothered with them getting a big ass TV out the fucking room and are taking the power from it or making sure your Genesis don't come on. Like, niggas would rather beat your ass.
Yeah, no, my dad used to be. I mean, because I didn't have a TV in my room growing. Oh no, I had one like when I was like super young, and then my brother accidentally tipped it over from the dresser was on, and while we heard sound, the video didn't work no more. So my dad took the TV out of there, and then of course he just
your brother would have got an ass whooping, my nigga. Jeez.
Well, he would have, except my parents were on vacation and my aunt was watching us, so that was the whole thing. So, it was very unfortunate too. And then so my dad finished the basement. He put a TV in there. So, and that's where our Nintendo was and our Socrates entertainment system. See, I'm going real old school because I just mentioned Socrates.
What the fuck is a Socrates entertainment system?
I mean, Google the shit, but it's an educational version of Nintendo. Like I got it. It was a Christmas gift. Like,
nigga, I thought I was old with Atari, nigga, but this nigga talk about Socrates.
Entertainment system, yeah. No, I had a regular Nintendo.
Nigga, you is like what 60? Like what the fuck?
Yeah, no, it's a real thing. Like if you Google it, it's a real thing. Like it was in.
I'm looking at it right now. A VTech Socrates came out in 1988. Damn.
Yeah.
Good Lord, nigga, like.
Yeah, that's some old school shit. And most niggas like if I met. No, that
was before Pong, nigga.
If my dad would be like, or my dad would punch me. He's like, no more Nintendo, but you can play the Socrates entertainment system because it was educational shit, So it was like, you can. But he's like, no TV, no Nintendo. You can, but you do, but that's what you can do. That's it,
Rome top 5. Pat had the first game ever. All like biblical adventures and shit.
I mean, no, that was the only educational video game outside of playing Tetris, like back in the day. That was the only one. But yeah, that was that was the lightest punishment my dad ever handed out to me. Is like, no TV, no Nintendo, but you can play the Socrates entertainment system for a couple hours and that's it. That was the light
entertainment system. I wonder if they got a commercial. Like, how that should even sound like.
I'm sure they do. Like, if you go on YouTube, and truthfully, I've been wanting to because I know. I mean, eventually, I think a Power Surge like got took it out, so got rid of it at some point in the 90s. But that was the last punishment my dad ever did. Like, it wasn't a beating. It was like another. It's like, no TV for a week, but you can play that and that's it. That type of shit.
Damn, like,
and I'd be like, shit, and I'd be like, thank you, because I really do that.
Wait.
Take ass whooping.
We got another one. Wait. This is common in the Hispanic community. If we would get in trouble in public, our parents would take us in the changing room at Marshall's or Old Navy and whoop our butts in the changing room.
My parents never.
That's what those noises were like. Okay.
Yeah, that did happen. That was a thing that would happen.
Yeah.
Not with me, but with other kids. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Julio, we're going to Marshall's. No.
I remember. No, I remember. I think I mouthed. I remember. I was a kid. I was at Edwards, the grocery store. I mean, I don't know if Edwards doesn't exist today. It used to be a whole chain. And then
Edwards, that shit like been gone since like '95.
Yeah.
That shit's like extinct, like Rite Aid.
Yeah, exactly. And Pathmark, shit like that.
Rite Aid's still around. Rite Aid, I got Rite Aid my way.
Oh yeah. At least extinct in this side. Yeah, Rite Aid. Yeah, I did see that like in the deep south. Oh, the deep upper south, because I'm in the deepest of south. Bars.
But yeah. I remember because I wanted some candy, and then my mom wouldn't get it to me because I think I had cavities at the time, and she was like, no more candy, and I kind of threw a fit, and then the cashier said something, and then I think the cashier said something, and I told her to shut up or something like that. So, actually, my mom told my dad like later on. It was later on in the evening. My dad beat the crap out of me for acting up in this grocery store. Yeah, my dad.
Yeah, he mouthing off to people who working. Like, man, I'd have beat your ass, little nigga. Like.
Yeah, I was just mad ornery, and then I was just pissed I couldn't get no candy because I used to get candy before, and then after that, my mom said no, and then the cashier said something, so I told her to shut up. And then,
Damn, like this nigga.
Yeah, my mom did beat me there, but yeah, she just told my mom later on that night, and I got a beating in the living room.
See, I didn't mouth off to regular people like your ass was doing. Also, you mouthing off this civil servants and the mail guy and cashiers and shit. Nigga, my thing was mouthing off to teachers. Teachers ain't fucking like me, nigga.
I didn't do that in school though, because I was too afraid of the consequences if I.
Nah, but I was like the smart nigga, so that's what they hated. Like, damn, you do good in school, but like you got a mouth off and none of them like bitch. It's like excellence. What's your book report? Like, nigga, I do your book report.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. I'm looking right now. Edwards closed in 1996. The last Edwards. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. See, damn. I just mentioned two things from that. That shit makes me feel old. Damn, I mentioned these two things. Like this shit's been like the
Socrates, like,
and the Edwards.
Yeah, there was another store like Edwards in New York, and that shit closed like years ago. Ames. There was an Ames.
Oh, I grew up with Ames. I got my first Huffy bike at Ames, nigga. Like it was a sky blue. It was like sky blue and white. I got my first Huffy bike at Ames. Shout out to Ames.
Yeah, that shit closed like 20 years ago.
Nigga.
Yeah, Ames, Caldors, all them shits. I've been in all them shits. So Woolworth, been in all them shits. They get like, those were the days.
These new niggas don't know about Circuit City and Radio Shack. Like
they sure the fuck don't.
Well, Circuit City's not too old.
We're getting to the era. We're getting to the era where like these new kids don't know what Circuit City is or Radio Shack. Like,
yeah.
Yo, they don't know what Child World is. I'm like they might think it's some sort of like some sus shit. Where it was really a toy store.
I remember the damn EB Games, the Electronic Boutique.
Electronic Boutique. That's before they got all fancy, like EB now. Like
it's like EB now. Like no,
because niggas couldn't say Electronics Boutique.
Yeah, like damn.
Funko. Remember Funkoland?
Funkoland. Yep. Funkoland. I used to spend. Yeah, basically whenever my mom went to Marshall's. Yeah, me and my brother would just hang out in Funkoland. We would play all the fucking games. I remember I beat Castlevania up in Funkoland.
Nerds, nigga, you in there playing beating Castlevania?
Discovery Zone was another one.
DZ, yes.
Damn,
you didn't have no Discovery Zone in Florida?
I'm trying to remember. We had the innocent we had that was too expensive, but it was like mad far out.
Because Discovery Zone was like way better than Chuck E. Cheese. Like way better.
We had Blockbuster theme park.
Yeah, easily.
Like Blockbuster had its own theme park.
leaps and bounds better than just Chuck E. Cheese.
The
Chuck E.
food
Cheese
might
was
not have been, but everything else was. I mean, the food was. You know, I'm not saying Chuck E. Cheese was good. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's gourmet, but I'm saying.
I mean, I worked at Chuck E. Cheese in high school for my senior year. Like, you know, so I have some stories. And Karma, yes, the fuck I did beat Castlevania. I wouldn't.
Dude? Your parents had abandoned you if you beat Castlevania in a damn one day at the arcade, nigga. Like what kind of shit is that? Like,
I mean, I was there for a couple hours. That might have been one of the longest times I've actually been in Funko. But you know, Funko you used to go in there, used to just chill, bro, and play the game. Sometimes, like they didn't mind.
Dude, I'm from the same era, nigga. That we used to be in the arcade all day. I remember the Swap Shot had one of the best arcades. We used to be at the mall arcade, my nigga. Like, I'm just saying, like, there's certain games you beat at the arcade. Simpsons beat that at the arcade. That Ninja Turtles joint beat that at the arcade. Shit like the Terminator and RoboCop, or what was it, Terminator and Aliens?
Yeah,
one of them shits, like shit like that you beat. Regular Street Fighter games, Mortal Kombat, shit like that. But this nigga said Castle fucking Vania, bro.
Yeah,
Castle fucking Vania. Like, come on.
Of all the fucking, why would I mention that fucking game? Of all the hundreds of
it's random, games? But this is fucking Castlevania, son.
Yeah,
like,
I know it's one of the most ridiculous games of all time. I know this, but I stayed there long enough to actually beat the motherfucker.
God damn. Nigga, we used to. What was that shit? I used to beat the Fighting Vipers, like when like Dreamcast was hot, when like niggas had Fighting Vipers, but yeah, you fighting, you Castlevania ass nigga. Yo, Shutterworth.
This was the
Dandy, bro. I've never been there, bro. I it sounds like candy. I've never like even heard of that. Like,
what the fuck is a Dandy Bear?
I mean, you from down here? I mean, unless you like further down, like you Key West type shit. Like,
what the fuck is Dandy Bear?
I did beat the Donkey Kong game at Fungo Land. I remember beating Donkey Kong. Trying to remember another game I fucking.
That's Donkey Kong. This nigga said Castlevania, bro.
Like, yeah, I don't know why niggas is like, yeah, like sometimes niggas used to.
No, I mean, I believe you. It's just crazy. Like, yeah, how much time were you? You must have spent the whole damn day there, like 10 hours.
Yeah, it was. I
spent 10 hours. What do y'all had for that? Like,
I mean, niggas like Funko Land was the shit, bro. Like,
damn, this nigga, yo, King P, this nigga had a 90s fucking movie plot, like a blank check or some shit. This nigga, he fucking stole off to the arcade with his credit card and then beat fucking Castlevania because he was there for 12 hours. Like, who the fuck, bro? Like, niggas is nigga,
you talk about I'm. It sounds like it's a plot for like the fucking Wizard 2 or some shit, nigga. Like,
nigga, that does like, man, like I done been in some adventures, but nigga, your shit is just like random, like I don't know, man. Like,
it's the most random shit. But yes, it's Super Castlevania.
I have some random adventures, nigga. I have a random day, nigga. But geez.
Yeah,
no, that's in Miami, dude. In South Florida, it's similar to Chuck E. Cheese, but it was something that was only located in South Florida. God damn, like why? Damn, I've never seen the Dandy Bear. Like, we've had like the skating ring, I think with Gold Coast, I think with Galaxy. Like, I've been to ice skating, but the arcade there wasn't that good. Them niggas really want you to be on the fucking skating and shit.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't start beating games till 2006. Like, nigga, we was beating games since games were there to be beaten. Nigga, we beat Pong. Nigga, I still remember when I beat Sonic the first time with when I got all the Chaos Emeralds, nigga, and the nigga glow up and turn gold and shit. Like, man,
yeah,
like,
I still remember the one time where me and my brother and one of the kids in the neighborhood, like, I think it was a sleepover, and then his mom's rented the game Genie. So we brought all our fucking Nintendo cartridges over, and we started beating these games.
Yeah. Y'all brought them to like the Dragon Balls. Niggas are like, we're gonna beat every game.
Yeah, we beat the Turtles game. We beat Heavy Barrel. We beat a whole bunch of games that night off with that game Genie. That game Genie was a game changer.
Genie was the shit though, nigga. I ain't gonna lie. Like putting like automatic blood code and skipping levels and GameWorks. Yeah, we had GameWorks down here. I think that used to be at Sawgrass Mall. But yeah, we've had GameWorks down here. We had Boomers. Pat, did you beat Donkey Kong? He said King P did, but Pat.
Yeah, P did.
Pat probably beat every game. I beat Donkey
Kong. I don't remember beating. I mean, I might have not played long enough to actually beat it. That's probably that's
the game. Like I was determined to beat Donkey Kong. Like I was going to there to beat Donkey Kong, and I wasn't gonna give up until I did.
Like so, I've beaten Mario's 1, 2, and 3. You know what I'm saying? I've beaten those.
We talking about arcade games, nigga.
Well, they were in the arcades too, nigga.
What the fuck? What arcades y'all was at when Mario was in the fucking arcade?
Like, nigga, you don't remember those? You don't remember those fucking Nintendo arcades where it used to be like it used to have a whole bunch of Nintendo games in there, but it used to be like timed, those shit like that. And because I remember they used to have Mike Tyson.
No, okay, that's why. Okay, maybe that's why I'm just different because we didn't have those type of arcades, nigga. We had the stationary, the arcade cabinet, and you putting in a quarter or 50 cents, or you're putting in a token or whatever, 75 cents, and you played as long as you played. Now they would have a switch. If you know. There'd be a switch where you could have free game, where you ain't gotta, where it's not gonna take money, and they could time it that way. But there was but you gotta work there to know that shit. Because I've seen niggas do it, but ain't no motherfucking just a timed Nintendo game. What the fuck? What kind of arcade y'all was going to?
Yeah, this was at a fucking Bradley's, my nigga. Like, shout out to Bradley's, the store.
What the fuck is a Bradley's? Like, y'all shit don't even sound like arcades. That sounds like something.
Yo,
Stop your uncle, nigga. Like
King P, what's the most famous like arcade in New York, nigga? Like, did you go to the one that's been paid in full? I mean, in Juice, nigga. In Juice, have you been to the one in Juice, nigga? You know what I'm talking
about? That's a little old ass little place, like in the middle of
nowhere.
Feels like a random bodega arcade, and he's like, "You been there?"
Bodega. Like a small little bodega. Like,
they only had like Street Fighter 1, nigga.
Yeah. That's like a just average run-of-the-mill bodega. Right.
But I'm saying, I know New York was famous for that shit, so I know they had to have like a classic spot.
Yeah, listen, open. I could go to
but dude, arcades were everywhere, bro. Not just New York bodegas. Like,
I could go to the pizza. The pizza spot would always have the arcade games. I go to the pizza spot and play Street Fighter. Right.
Yeah,
dude, the Pizza Huts down here used to have Street Fighter 2 down here. Used to have Mortal Kombat.
I'm not even talking pizza. I'm talking the local pizza spots used to have all the arcade shits. I'm like,
yeah, nigga, we seen Raising Kanan.
See, my generation, nigga, we used to go to the movie theater and play the arcade games, nigga.
Man, those
okay, they had them there too,
Yeah, I mean, no, like the most famous like arcade place that I grew up with in Connecticut was called Milford Rec, because it was the whole arcade. They had the pool tables, and in the back you had like the laser tag and also go karts and shit in the back, like in some other like ride or whatever. And then Nathan's attached to that shit with its salty ass popcorn and hot dogs, nigga. Like that shit used to hold me down like steel, bro. Every party or whatever you go down there, man. Yeah, that's where you got all the arcades in there, like, but it didn't have the old school Nintendo cabinet, which was what I was offering, where you used to have a whole list of Nintendo games, and then you played them until the time started running out. Then you got to put more quarters in that shit, that type of shit.
Yeah, that's some different shit. Like, nigga, we ain't have no shit like that.
Yeah, that was an actual thing. Like, I mean, I'm not even like you could probably like Google that shit, but it was an absolute positive thing.
Like, maybe we was too hood for that. Like, I don't know. Like, damn, they never had no shit. I've lived down here long enough and been to enough arcades. And the comic shop used to have arcades. Used to have the damn games too. Like, especially when damn X-Men Children of the Atom came out.
Yes, sir.
Like, that was like peak, like Wolverine, like X-Men Night. Like, that shit used to be hard, my nigga. Like, yo, like.
Where's
the garage?
The convenience store that I grew up with that was like maybe like a 4-minute walk away. Used to have a couple arcades up in there think they had Street Fighter, up in there too. And then like, obviously the mall had a place for the arcades and shit like that. And then Milford Rec Web just like, yeah. And then of course there was an arcade place next to the Blockbusters we used to go to, that had arcades, man. Arcades used to be like everywhere. And like I said, the arcade experience was that obviously that era is all but dead because, video game, the consoles kind of caught up to the arcade in graphics wise and everything like that.
But no one cares about the graphics. It was ruining games.
Couldn't wait for my mom to take me to Walmart so I could play that Xbox in the Walmart in the electronics section, nigga.
That's not really the same though, bro.
No, it's dead now. Before you could play a whole game of 2K at Walmart or Target or some shit.
Yeah, Walmart when they had like the Star Fox came out for Super Nintendo, nigga, we played that shit.
Yeah, you could play all that shit. Now they just got the box up there. They don't even plug the shit in. It's like, look,
nigga. Yeah, because niggas be stealing. That's the reason why they don't do that shit no more.
Dude, niggas used to steal at Walmart in the 90s. Like that shit was going out of style.
I think I took
niggas was stealing Walmart sneakers.
I stole a controller that way before at a Walmart on one of them shits.
One thing
you had to do.
I mean, I don't think I guess for the video games, like usually if I want to play a video game, it was either Toys R Us or service merchandise, especially service merchandise.
Service merchandise, I remember that shit.
Like,
damn, like you're an old ass nigga.
I mean, that's the one and only place I ever tried playing a Virtual Boy, and I said,
yeah, they had Virtual Boy, they had fucking Neo Geo, they had every system. Like there was like the rich people fucking stores. Like yo, real talk.
Neo Geo, Turbo Graphics 16, that Jaguar shit.
That fucking Jaguar,
the Sega CD shit, the Sega 32X, like all that other shit. Yeah.
I used to get the magazines in the mail. Eternal Champions and shit like that.
And of course, the Pizza Hut that always had the Pizza Hut, I grew up with had the Neo Geo arcade cabinet. Like it had every fucking game in existence in this fucking cabinet. And
Pizza Hut always had the Fatal Furies, nigga. So you saying Neo Geo is like accurate as fuck.
Yeah, Neo Geo, man. Honestly, like them shits used to be $650 for the system. Like, no, I never knew anyone that owned an actual system of that shit. But the arcades, everyone played them at the fucking arcades. Like, they were there
because that's the only place you could play them motherfuckers. Unless you was friends with fucking Richie Rich and Bruce Wayne and shit, nigga.
And the funny thing is, I remember seeing them in places like that, but I was like, I never seen anyone buy any of these shits too. It's like, and fucking Neo Geo was superior to Nintendo, Sega, and everything, but it was just too fucking expensive.
That was for like the rich kids, like super rich kids. Like I didn't even know those motherfuckers. Like,
I mean, I thought I knew some privileged people, but they just own Nintendo or Super Nintendo or Sega, just like most of us did.
See, there was levels of privilege. You had the privilege where you owned the system. Then you had that privileged kid who owned two systems.
Right.
Then you had that one kid who had every system.
Then you had Pat.
They didn't have Neo Geo
shit in the basement.
What's that?
Yeah,
I said then you got Pat who had the Socrates shit in the basement with four or five different systems of. Come on, nigga. This nigga
said he got the Methuselah. He got Socrates.
This nigga had all the trial games before they even hit market.
Nah, nigga.
This nigga had the Hercules 12 laborers system.
I grew up with Nintendo and that, and then later on it was the PlayStation that my brother got. Like, and then I bought the 64, and then I bought my it was 64 that I still have today. It took him to my bedroom TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then and I had the Game Boy. And then I had a Game Boy too. So yeah,
y'all got to see all of the good shit with the video games. Like you remember when the video games, every movie that was decent came out, they'll come out with a random ass game to it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that needs to happen now, nigga. Like
remember the Will Smith, the Wild Wild West game and all that shit. Like,
in fact, some of those games were pretty terrible too. I'm not gonna lie. Like
some of those games are better than the movies, though.
That's also true. It was always one extreme or the other. Like
that Wolverine game was hard, nigga. Like that shit went hard as fuck.
And funny things too is one of my favorite movies as a kid was Who Framed Roger Rabbit because it was a little bit more adult than it should be. So in the so when I remember when it was my birthday came around, my mom's like, "Yeah, you can get one game at Electronic Boutique," and I picked that fucking game of all things because I was like, I just sent the movie, yeah, and I can't. And that game is one of the most difficult but world building games I've ever fucking played.
I'm not gonna lie, you niggas have to know, like, did the game industry get monopolized or something? Because it's like everybody used to have a game. Like everybody used to come out with a game. Nowadays, you go to the game case, it's only 12 games that's out at a time.
No, because these games they take longer now. Like you see
because everybody cares about graphics and not the game being fucking fun.
Yeah, you see fucking GTA, the next one, it's coming out next year in 2025, nigga. You say it's been developed for how many years now? Like it's
because they waited for the PS Pro to come out. Mm-hmm. Because they already know that the PlayStation 5 ain't gonna be able to handle it as good as it should. Yeah, because all this shit is super graphic heavy. Like niggas be want to live in the damn multiverse when they play a video game. And it's like,
I'm not gonna lie, nobody
make that shit fun.
Nobody plays GTA for the graphics. I skip through whatever them fucking niggas talking about anyway, and I just get to shoot. Like it don't even matter.
Thank you. But, so making this shit like super realistic, it's like, come on.
Like, do I really need to get in the water and see different fish when I jump in the water, nigga? No, nobody gives a fuck.
No, wait. Now that's just kind of cool when you go out there far and you can kill like the shark.
You swimming through a school of fish, you see a shark, a hammerhead, a clownfish. Like, come on, nigga. Nobody needs to see all of that shit. Like, just put a couple of little black specks in the water, nigga. We get it.
And I ain't gonna lie, like Florida water level is more interesting, I think, than Cali. So
no, because I never seen a fish on the beach, nigga.
No, I'm talking about in the water, like Florida. Because first of all, Florida, you got swamps, so you're gonna see like alligators, saltwater crocodiles. If they show up, you got bull sharks.
Nigga, I've been in Florida 10 years. Haven't seen none of that shit.
Nigga, you in the city? What the fuck? Like you go to Fort Myers or some shit? Like you gotta go.
Dude, there was just a lady that got eaten in Coral Springs, nigga. That's fucking 10 minutes away.
Eaten by what, nigga? Like
an alligator walking her dog.
But nigga, that happens like all parts of Florida, like.
But Coral Springs is 10 minutes away, and that's in.
Nigga, I've seen an alligator up in Coral Spring, down by that damn the park off of Royal Palm.
Like, I'm saying I haven't seen one at all. Period. Except.
Do you be walking the streets by canals, just damn looking for this shit? Like.
Yes. No, nigga, I've been to canals and fished. Nigga, I haven't seen no fucking alligator sitting in the canal. Like, oh shit, there go one right there. No,
I mean, then maybe this ain't for you, then, nigga. Like, what can I say? Like, most niggas from Florida seen alligators in person at canal.
Florida is capping about that shit. There's no alligators out here.
There's
no alligators.
You hear this nigga?
Listen,
this nigga literally said Florida's capping about alligators.
Listen, like, there's no alligators. There's no zombies, and the whores are top tier.
Nigga, like, man, there's zombies out here. Like you just ain't been to the right corner store at the right time of night.
Yeah, this nigga sounds like a whole advertisement for Florida. Like, is he trying
alligators? What the fuck? Like, why? Like, you sounding like some cracker now. Like, why you want to run into an alligator? Like, you want to see one that bad, nigga? Like, nigga, go to the Indian village or some shit.
If you talk about Chicago and you be like, yeah, there's a whole bunch of shootouts, and then you go there and you live there for 10 years in the hardest neighborhood and never seen a shootout, then it's like, I don't know. Y'all niggas, I don't know. That's exactly what it's like, nigga.
Nigga, I know you ain't compare fucking wildlife animals to a bunch of niggas shooting. Are we literally like, do y'all hear this? This nigga compares seeing an alligator in wildlife settings that intercede or what's that shit that interfere with human settings. Mm-hmm. You comparing that to niggas just in the housing projects that don't have enough resource and so they shoot up each other.
Yeah, that sounds like that sounds wild as fuck. I'm not gonna.
That's a wild ass super Reed Richards ass stretch, nigga.
Well, thankfully, I live in I grew up and said they didn't have no gators and shit like that. It was just
look,
if you don't have gators.
Listen, if you go to Chicago and drive on the highway, I guarantee you'll see a deer. Out here, I can't guarantee you'll see an alligator. I promise you that. In Chicago, you'll definitely see a deer on the side of the road.
Oh, I see.
Dude, you gotta remember, you got people actively catching alligators too. People call that shit in all the time. Dude, what I can do? I got a ring alert the other day. There was an alligator at the Sawgrass Mall.
Nigga, that's right next to the Everglades.
The Sawgrass Mall, nigga. The Sawgrass Mall right down the street, nigga.
Nigga, the Sawgrass Mall is literally 10 minutes from the Everglades. Not even 10 minutes. 2 minutes from the Everglades.
Dude, the Sawgrass Mall is 10 minutes from us, nigga. Like,
it's on. No, it's not.
Okay, Pat. To give you an idea, like the Sawgrass Mall is across the street from the Panthers Stadium, which is where Floyd had that fight.
This nigga is
with
not
Gotti
good
and them niggas at
with geographical locations
and all that.
Pat, let me describe it to you. You know how Florida, right, is a panhandle. Only half of the panhandle at the bottom is occupied by actual place you can live, right? Sawgrass Mall is all the way west until you can't go no more. And then there's
get the fuck out of here. No.
45, 50, 100 miles, nigga.
Sawgrass, dude.
It's the last. Look, it's literally the last street.
There's not even real. Look, Pat. There's not even a real canal.
It's the last street
body of water.
It's the last street of South Florida.
Nah, you're talking about
the next street after Sawgrass Mill is the Sawgrass Mills Highway. Why?
It's Sawgrass Expressway, nigga. This nigga said Sawgrass. He calling it all the wrong name. He all wrong, nigga. What the fuck? Look,
nigga, what's across the street from the highway, nigga? Grass and swamp for miles. So stop.
Nah. Look,
nobody lives out there. You can only take.
You know when you go to a mall and you have those little hills and shit that when it rains it fill up with water. Those little gullies and shit.
Stop.
That's what they said. That I saw the picture of it. The alligator was in that motherfucker. So it rained enough so there was a little water left over and the gator just showed up, nigga. Talking about that, like, dude, what kind of shit is that? Tell me, just because you ain't seen no alligator, he's saying they not out here. Like,
they're capping. They are capping.
Nigga, like I've seen so many fucking alligators in person down here, like, nigga, like.
Well, I guess you see one every 10 years, nigga, because I haven't seen one.
I mean, the only ones I've seen, I've been on my plate. Shout out to New Orleans and all them.
Yeah, shout out to that alligator.
You only been in Florida for like what, 10 years?
Exactly, and I haven't seen one at all, nigga. That's
you ain't no real Florida nigga yet. Look. Everybody know there's tiers of being a Floridian. You know, you got 10 years, then you got to see an alligator. You ain't see an alligator yet, so you can't say you ain't reached that next level.
Nigga, I'm not claiming that level. Fuck Florida.
Okay then, nigga, then stop bitching about not seeing an alligator, nigga.
I'm just saying y'all niggas lying. That's it.
Ain't nobody lying. What the fuck? To tell the people who in Coral Springs, tell that family member who the lady got eaten by the alligator. Tell them about like, yeah, you capping. Like something else took you.
See, that was like some lottery shit. Like that was like 1 in a million type shit. Like
this nigga said 1 in a million.
Like, come on, if you walking your dog in the middle of the night and you and your dog get eaten by an alligator, what are the odds? What are the odds?
I mean, in Florida, that's like that could happen. Like, that's not no
anywhere. If I'm walking anywhere, why would I think that that's about to happen?
In Florida, that definitely could happen. We think about that, like what the fuck, like nigga. It's just like what Pat. You seen the fucking Roadhouse with the damn when they kept talking about the crocodile.
Yeah, the crocodile.
And the random people kept saying the facts, and the dude was like, "God damn, like, do they just teach y'all that when y'all grow up?" Like, dude, that's how it is. Like, you literally know about this shit since you're like 5 years old. Like water moccasins and boa, like, and the little pythons that niggas be buying, and then they put them in the Everglades, and them shits end up here. Iguanas. that when they freeze, they fall out the tree and they can hit you in the head.
Yeah. That's why. Yeah, fuck that. Fuck
yeah,
that.
Like we literally talking about like we capping on why the fuck would we cap on alligators? Like that's like the state reptile. Like nigga, like we would really. And all the niggas, like we would cap on all the animal attacks in Florida, nigga. Like they literally made that damn when animals attack that shit literally started because so much niggas get attacked in Florida. Like Pat, I know you remember in the 90s when that shit used to come on Fox.
Hell yeah.
When animals attack 2, when animals attack 3.
Mm-hmm.
That black lady fighting the pit bull and the redneck neighbor come out and he's hitting it with the stick and
and
then I think somebody come and shoot it.
Because the fucking had on her arm. It was like either a cop or a dog catcher or one of them shits. You know?
I think it was a cop. Like I remember she was wearing the brown outfit and she's like, it's biting my arm.
And then the owner of the dog was like, trying to talk to her like it was like her son or whatever. And then
like that bitch was creepy and crazy.
I'm like, bitch, the dog just bit the officer on the arm, wouldn't let go. Like, what the fuck do you think is gonna happen? You gotta shoot that damn dog. Like,
yeah, and they shot the fuck out that damn dog. Fuck that dog. And you remember what I think it was the deer that was boxing up that one dude that tried to like shoot it.
Yeah,
like that shit was like, that shit was fighting like Matias.
They don't have no. Yeah, they don't have no raw ass animal shows. No, not since Steve Irwin caught one from the stingray. They stopped all that shit.
Like the niggas is like, we got the last lick, bitch. Like, fuck y'all, fuck that stingray too, nigga. Like, oh man, but damn, it's 12:27. It's been a good ass episode. I ain't gonna lie. Like y'all niggas had us lit.
Yeah, that was we went down a whole bunch of like memory lane and shit like that, from beatings to old ass systems and shit like that to
y'all niggas brought up traumas and shit. Like
Kang Sung, you probably would have liked the old school like video game conversation because we talked about video games and variations of it for a good minute, so you might enjoy this episode because we kind of went back in the. We kind of tapped into our childhoods and of course the childhood beatings and shit like that, discipline.
Yeah. Kang Sung, you gonna like this episode. And you might have to Google Socrates gaming system.
Yeah, like
that's the homework.
that shit is real shit. I might make a thing because I'm pretty sure that shit got emulated. I might need to figure out how to emulate. I might just play that shit for old time's sake.
Oh, so hey Pat, let's speak your mind on BMF before we wrap it up real quick because we ain't got that to look forward to no more.
BMF, like I said, the appeal of BMF was obviously it being in a time period, and you have Meech and them acting like what they were in the time period or whatever. And the first season of it, the first was cool. Like I love that shit. Like it was like okay, this was perfect. The music was perfect. The vibe was perfect. The Meech,
grimy.
Yeah, it was grimy. But in this one, I think they focused on they try to make these niggas like some super nigga shit.
It was too much to me, real quick. It was too much victory for the protagonist. But
yeah, it was just like it was violent as fuck. Don't get me wrong. The season was violent as fuck though, but it just seemed like the story was just like these niggas were like on some super nigga shit or super drug shit. Like everyone was fucking Tony Montana and shit like that. Where's that work? Where's the work? We're gonna get work through us.
Like niggas can do no wrong in that shit. Like this nigga Meech was just like the untouchable.
Yeah, like I said, it didn't, and then obviously the other shit that was outside of it, like Lucille and all that, and Charles, and I'm just like, I'm not interested in their, are they? And then the whole affair shit, I wasn't interested. This shit is like it was too much attention, and then the old girl with like trying to be. Just trying to be difficult and shit. Like, go on birth control. Like, what's so hard about doing that so you don't get pregnant? That type of shit. Like, it was just.
Legit. What's her name? Nicole.
Yeah, Nicole. There we go. Yeah, it's just like it was just episode. It was just like it didn't flow like the other seasons. And
it was just doing too much. But it's like,
yeah.
Like, I don't know. It didn't hit like the first two, but
it was just lazy writing. You know, it was what Tommy's show was in the first season before they tightened up like big time. You know,
but even then, like, it's still better than Tommy season 1 because at least shit kind of like the season finale ended like the show took you on the season took you on a journey and it got you someplace. Whereas Tommy, like, for season 1, you had a whole season and at the end it didn't feel like you went anywhere.
Right. It was just like, okay, are they world building or what? And then, you know, second season kind of wrapped up what the open end is on the first season and then was able to world build and keep it
and just go from there. Yeah. Whereas damn BMF already world build, but then it's like they built up a superhero world because this nigga Meech is first of all, he's like MacGyver.
Yeah.
But then he's like Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, and I hated the Henrietta character. And Braxton Braxton did kill his role, but I feel like he was underutilized when he should have been really utilized because he's the one with acting chops. I was tired of seeing Henrietta, Henry, or whatever the fuck doing.
Yeah,
you know, it's just like
horrible acting.
Yeah, it was like, get the fuck up out of there.
And Meech with them disguises, like every time he get in a tight spot, this nigga always be on some. Okay, let's put on the glasses and a baseball cap, big mustache. Like it was like this.
And then and then Terry being simping brother, you know,
tender dick Terry.
Yeah, yeah.
This nigga, him and Lala not acting ass.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Lala shouldn't have this much fucking attention in this season. Like, geez, like, can we stop showing her? Like, yes, I understand she got a whole bunch of plastic surgery, so you feel the need to put her in everything so she can show off both things. But yeah, stop this shit,
I'm glad they chilled with her on the side though.
Yeah,
but she was even worse on that.
Yeah, but I have a feeling we'll probably see her again at some point. And it's on the Shy. She's established on both shows. It's just inevitable now. But yeah, no, yeah. If I had to give it a rating, I'd probably give it a 5 at the
average. Wow,
it was an average season.
You said it was mid.
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, I was entertained, but it's not like a serious good show or nothing. Like it don't hit like that. Like it's almost on some like fuckery. Like, damn, what are these niggas gonna do next? Like that's more what it is.
It didn't even have the music. Like, I mean, the first 2 seasons, like they was like you had the music. This one, I don't think they had any real joints that they used to. But okay, shit, let me go. Let me listen to that shit. Like, nah,
yeah.
It's like, that's what I'm saying. That shit was that's what it was really missing a lot.
And then the whole Tupac shit just pissed me off. Like
the Tupac at the fucking the seminar shit. Yeah,
because it's too much like proof of how he looked and what y'all really could have did to just go with that. Like it's like why you fumble something on purpose. Like so that shit just weird. Like. But yeah, like this season, I was entertained, but it wasn't I can't, nothing serious to talk about. I'd probably give it a 6, like nothing special.
Yeah, about a 6 for me too, definitely.
Yeah, so they got, hopefully the next season they'll do better. You know what I'm saying? But let's
that's it, really. Yeah,
let's wrap this up. Rome, since you were the last one to come in here, you have any final thoughts?
The Nuggets got smashed today. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
I don't know how you lose by 45 in a closeout game. Like, nigga, put it
damn.
Away. Put it away. Like, what are you pause? But put it away. What are you doing?
No, niggas sound like they probably just gave up or they just didn't take.
If you're the defending champions and you're up 3-2 and you know that this team has been on your ass the whole series, why would you come out there and give a 70-point performance? I haven't seen the team score 70 points probably since I started watching basketball, nigga.
God damn. Oh yeah, so you ain't see them. You missed those 90s or late 2000s. I'm sorry, early 2000s Detroit games.
Yeah, nigga, 70 points. The highest score probably had like 12. Like, what the fuck is y'all doing?
Tayshaun Prince numbers, nigga.
Nigga,
Pat know what I'm talking about, man.
Jamal Murray on All-Star had 10 points, nigga. Like, come on, nigga.
God
He
damn.
never been an All-Star before, actually. Jamal Murray never been an All-Star, actually, but
For real?
yeah, he's like the best player in the league that's never been an All-Star randomly. But
That's crazy.
he's All-Star caliber player.
But I mean, look at all the point guards in the West, nigga. Would you pick Jamal Murray or Steph Curry?
I mean,
Exactly.
probably Steph, but Jamal's good for that team. Let's just say that.
But yeah, ring game, nigga. We're on top 5. That's
there you go. Pilot, what about you?
I don't got much. Shout out to everybody. We'll be back. Heavyweight undisputed. The ESPN card's good. We'll be back talking about it Sunday. Fuck with us. So.
Sunday, yeah, absolutely Sunday. So yeah, make sure you
tune in.
We'll
be back Sunday, y'all.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, stay tuned for the tweet. We'll, I'll put the time and everything like that. So yeah. King P, any final thoughts?
I ain't got much to say. Wrap this shit up.
There you go. Wrap this shit up. LB.
We back with the recap and whatever fight next week we supposed to be talking about. We'll be here Sunday. Probably be Sunday night. Might be in a little earlier than what y'all used to. Just tad earlier, nothing crazy earlier, but you know what I mean. We'll see.
But that's all right. Just make sure you tune in and watch us. Like I said,
it don't matter what time. We could be 11 a.m. in the morning, motherfucker, because we have.
Yeah, we have done that.
We
haven't done that in a while, but we have done that.
I'm telling you, we've used every fucking time frame, day frame that you could have on Ring Game. Like when you've been doing it this long, it happens. But yeah, we'll be back Sunday, and we'll also be back with another music playlist battle next Thursday. Yes, I know we've been ranting for a minute. We took a little break with the music, but yes, we'll be back and we bringing it back to hip hop. So it's gonna be Big Rome top 5 versus Big Pat Scorpio, Battle of the Giants.
Old school versus new school. Hell no.
Yeah, old school versus new school. This the Jim Crow versus G.I. Joe. This
I'm not sure how I feel about that last one.
The Thriller in Manila versus the Dallas Stadium. Like, I don't know, nigga. Like
you stupid, my nigga.
The Garden.
OJ Simpson versus OJ Mayo. Hell no.
Yeah,
stupid, yo. Nigga, both of you niggas are stupid, yo.
We have the Billy D versus the Dark Knight. We got like we got the Steelers versus the Bears. We got
yeah. Yo, the Bears is so nice. I don't even want to say nothing.
All right, so we just gonna leave them alone. But yeah, so that's what we gonna have next Thursday. So be alert. Stay tuned. That's what I meant to say. Like, be alert. What the fuck is be alert?
Be alert, nigga.
Yeah, like they gonna be fighting on these streets or some shit. Like, hey, watch when you down in the hood. Like, you might see Pat and Robe fighting. Like, and them niggas start throwing cars and shit.
That nigga
Hulk versus Abomination.
Talking about be alert. Watch your surroundings.
It's Ring Game, but yeah, we gonna be back with something that Thursday. Get some real hip hop. Kind of think with everybody's record. I think Rome is like 2-1.
Nigga, don't say my record. Don't say my record. Yo, I got a quick question for y'all niggas, because y'all old enough to remember. Just a quick question. Do y'all remember like when they was telling kids to go knock on doors that had like a special fucking like thing in the window if shit was going? You know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like a stranger danger sign. Like if a stranger's fucking with you, certain houses had like shit on their window that'd be like, you can come here as a safe haven.
What kind of underground railroad shit is this?
Every shit, no, for real. And then they took that shit away because people was making fake signs and kidnapping kids.
Nah, that's not. That's not. Yeah, that.
Nah, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, no, my era. I was a latchkey kid. You know, I got in the house. I had my own key, and then my parents told me to stay in there. Don't open the door to anybody unless it was someone that they told us in advance.
My mama did the same shit.
Huh?
I mean, most black kids are latchkey kids.
Latchkey.
My mama did the same shit. I was the oldest, so I just watched my younger siblings.
Yeah, like because in the early '90s and shit like that, it was just we got back because my elementary school used to come back like let out at 3, and we used to get back because it was on the other side of the town. We used to get back to our house like around 3:40, 3:45, almost 4 o'clock sometimes. So it was just like we go inside, lock the door behind you, go eat whatever dinner was in the fridge, go play a little TV, go watch a little TV, go do your homework, and then go to bed type of shit. That like it was that type of and then don't open the door to anybody, especially because my street we used to get a whole lot of witnesses and shit like that. Or sometimes you got niggas like major violent. I remember one cat. He knocked on the door and then he went to the back and went up our fucking deck and knocked on the door there, which is no one has ever done. Because there's a back doorbell, and no one has ever rang that shit outside of anyone that lived in the house. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. Yeah, I was like, yo, that dude. That's probably the only time I ever felt like someone was really like wasn't really trying to sell us anything. They just really wanted to get into the fucking house. Or someone to open the door. Yeah, because I remember we used to go fucking high. Like every single time like someone would just call the house. Like, yo, some people are coming up the street. Make sure you don't answer the door. Like niggas used to, because someone would peer in the windows too, and you'd have to kind of hide. Like,
I used to do that shit too. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So even if the mailman come, I'll be like, "Fuck, it's the mailman. Get out."
You gotta turn the music down or the TV down, and then you hide. Like all the trauma, niggas. Like, why the fuck we gotta do that shit, nigga? Fuck that.
Yeah.
Try to do that shit now. You go to jail for child abandonment.
Yep. Yeah. Like the last key era was
just leave them some pizza rolls and some hot pockets like Drea did. You'll survive, little nigga. Build character.
Oh, that was quite an era, yo. But just my quick final thoughts, yo. Thank everyone for rocking with us. And as I always like to say, that we got the super chats, we got the super stickers, we got all of that shit. So make sure, like I said, and also we got the $ signs on the video. So if you hear some shit, you listen to it, and you're thinking like, God damn, that was some press that fucking $ button, and and just show some love. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, we do this shit for y'all. And
do it on a new training video we put up, nigga.
Yeah, you gotta get a new training video that's up there. And then like I said, Sunday we'll go rock with some more boxing talk, and then Thursday we got another battle and shit like that. So yeah, we're hitting you off for some content, man. So yeah, just don't be afraid to show some love. And also got that PayPal popping too. You see that like on the website and everything, so you know what it is. So yeah, time to get up out of here. So for myself, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative. For LB Shuttleworth, the God, the GOAT artist. For King P. Bodega P. For Conscious Pine. For Rome Top 5. This has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.